Amy isn't an egg anymore. Amy cracked that egg.
That's the first thing you said that started the podcast.
We were like, Amy's a good egg. And I was like, Amy not egg no more.
Hi, everyone. If you expected a professional style podcast,
I'm sorry.
You're at the wrong place. Hi, everyone. My name's El Odyssey or Athena. For those who haven't seen it before, when we do our podcast, it kind of just occasionally topics pop up. Usually it's about RP or stuff around that regard, and this one still is. However, it's outside of TTRPG this time. This is a topic that someone had just chat about TTRPGs, and I thought you guys would enjoy it if we did it. Oh my God, what is? Oh God, it's so loud. The game is so loud. Let me turn that down. Anyways, so yeah, this is gonna be a podcast about tabletop RPGs and adjacent sort of formats. We're gonna be talking about a couple different things in here and our experience with it. So like I said, my name's El Odyssey or Athena. In terms of specifically TTRPG experience, I have played D&D for way too long. I have run 3 different campaigns now. Is that right? Yeah, I think I'm at 3 now. I've been a player in a few different ones. First ever Dungeons and Dragons I played was 3.5. And that was when I was young. I've also done Kindle Obscura. What else have I done? I've done Everyone is John, which is a fun one. Yeah, so my experience is very much the traditional Dungeons and Dragons. But yeah, so I want to go down the list here. So Doozy, introduce yourself and your TTRPG experience.
My name is Delilah, aka Doozy. I am the person who is talking right now. My pronouns are she and her. And my experience with tabletops is, at this point, over 10 years. First ever was a real-life Pathfinder game that didn't really go very far. I have experience with D&D 5e, Pathfinder 1 and 2, Shadowrun, a whole bunch of other random stuff along the way. And in fact, I have my Pathfinder 2 game in a couple hours here.
Ori.
Hello. Okay, I am talking. Hi, my name is Ori. Oriola. I use they them pronouns. I'm here because I played. Well, I'm friends with these people. Wow, shock. And I've played Dungeons and Dragons for over half of my life now. But aka way too long, like Owl said. And I've started with Dungeons and Dragons 3.5. I technically played 4.0 and then swore off it forever. I've played obviously 5e, now D&D 1. I've also played Pathfinder, Dungeon World, a couple of offshoots that are centered around different universes. Like there was a Dragon Age TTRPG that I played. Golden Sun. That covers pretty much most of them.
Vanny.
They them pronouns. I am bringing noob realness to the table. Although I will say I'm only really a noob because I was too insecure to even get started. like one of the first tables I actually sat at as a player, the entire party like got wiped except for me. And in the first combat, like
Oh wow.
we had just sat down first combat. It was a mechanical spider. Yeah, so that was a lot of pressure for someone who was really insecure and didn't really trust themselves sitting at the table. I was sitting at a table of exclusively male individuals. And basically I just was kind of scared off. Like, I've sat in the same room as people playing D&D for a long time, but really between Al's game and then I think right after this game, I started a in-person game sitting at a table of my friends here. And I will say the right table makes a lot of difference, but also like just put yourself out there a little sooner. Like, I get being insecure, but it is fun to be nerds with friends.
And Viri is here as well. Viri didn't want to be lonely while they played the game. But I think Viri is going to be a good perspective for someone who's literally never played TTRPGs before and knows very little about them, and I think would be, a good sort of audience stand-in to ask questions if need be. But if you want to introduce yourself, Viri, go ahead. I think she is muted because she is playing a game. Okay, I think that is the current case. So Viri is she, her. I'm also she, her. Yeah. I have a collection of questions here. I think we kind of answered the first one a little bit already, which was, how did you get into TTRPGs, and what was your first? So like I said, mine first was 3.5. I had a friend in growing up who was who used to bring the book with him all the time. I don't think we ever really got to play the game itself. Maybe like 1 or 2 sessions, but I got to create a character and I really started getting really into it then. I started listening and learning about it with my dad. I still remember the iconic book cover of the 3.5 book. If anyone who has seen it for D&D, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's got gems and it just to me is very memorable in that regard. But yeah, I think we kind of talked about it. Does anyone else want to add anything about their first experiences?
So the Pathfinder game that I started, we went through a beginner module, and then it was okay, you can with pre-made characters and stuff. And then after we did that, it was okay, you can make a new character, and then we never actually played. So really, the first real big experience I have was actually Shadowrun 5e, which is a heck of a system.
Really?
Yeah. Thankfully, it was with people who know the system inside and out, and also. It was yeah, we're not going to worry about those rules because it would take us an hour and a half. But we actually...
Depp, why aren't you in this podcast then if you actively run Shadowrun? Get your ass in here. Sorry, I'm bullying Depp. Go ahead.
We actually... I joined it on a whim. It was somebody I was chatting with online, and I stumbled into their Twitter account. I was wait a minute, I recognize that avatar. And so they tweeted hey, does anyone want to join? And I was fuck it, sure. And we actually talked about it yesterday. That was 9 years ago. Of course, we're not running the same game still. But again, like the game I'm playing a couple hours here is with the same people. Like the group has grown. I'm sure there are people who no longer play with us. But almost a decade of playing tabletops with this group has been just fantastic.
That's awesome. The first D&D campaign that I ran, I remember I had a tab, like a Surface tablet, and I used to like draw the maps and stuff on there. And I don't think a lot carried over until my second campaign. Maybe there was a few things here and there in terms of the lore, but the second campaign was like the one I'm like, I'm going to create an entire universe for this. Like I wanted to, and it started small, but it is the world that I started building and that Vanny and Ori are currently playing in. And that started, dear God, like 4 years ago. But the first campaign I ran was like 7 years ago now. So like, you know, it's adapted and changed, but like when it really started taking form was the second campaign I ran, which was about 4 years ago now. But that is something I do want to say. Like, if you are trying to get into TTRPGs, never feel like you have to create an entire world. Like, that's kind of seems like, I think people who will watch Critical Role or these like online shows will think like, oh shit, I have to create an entire world for it. No, a lot of these TTRPGs have worlds that exist specifically for you to play in.
Yeah, they have adventure paths.
Exactly. And sometimes they're not the greatest, but that is something that I love about TTRPGs as well, is a lot of people will publish content and worlds and stuff like that, specifically for you know, to for you to play in and better versions of, you know, what may otherwise be not so fun. So, I highly recommend it. Don't feel like you have to. I just realized this isn't an instrumental playlist. God fucking damn it! I wanted Baldur's Gate music. God damn it!
Of course, always easier to be a player, especially with a GM.
Mm-hmm.
But I personally have never DM'd. I've been a player in many games where it was the first time the GM had GM'd, and it goes well. As long as you're not a fucking dickhead, it's fine.
Yeah, you want to. We'll get into something like that in a little bit. Something I think I want to talk about, but I want to everyone to talk about their. Oh, Depp, introduce yourself, pronouns, and your experience with TTRPGs.
Okay. Either. What? Sorry.
We didn't hear the first bit of what you said.
Hi, my name's Depp. My voice will improve as we do this. I have played D&D 5th edition as a player. I've done Starfinder as a DM, and I've done pretty much everything else in Shadowrun 6th World, which is, don't question it. It's one of the harder ones to find because it's also one of the least liked ones. Should I give context on what Shadowrun is?
Not yet. We'll get in that. That's what this next question is about. So this next question is about, I want to know, I want you guys to talk about like what your favorite systems are and what makes a good system. I want to give a little bit of stats here. On Roll20, this was information back in 2021. Now, we don't know if this is up to date, but this was height of pandemic. You know, this is going to be really when a lot of people are going to be online and playing TTRPGs online. D&D 5th edition, which is now 1. It's weird how it's like FE/1, whatever. D&D 5th edition is at 52% of the campaigns. They had 14% were uncategorized. That's not useful. Call of Cthulhu is next at 10%. Pathfinder at 3.49. That's first edition. Second edition is at 1.51. And then everything else is 1 or below. Warhammer, World of Darkness, D&D 3.5, Apocalypse, and Star Wars. Which I think is interesting. How much of a dominance that D&D has in the TTRPG market. But I want to hear you guys like talk about your favorite systems and what makes a good TTRPG for your mind.
If I could take over, my favorite to play is the Pathfinder systems.
Hell yeah.
5e is /D&D 1 is good, especially for new players. But I like that Pathfinder is since I started with 3.5, I find it to be simpler than where I started, but it's more
Pathfinder
complicated.
was an offshoot of 3.5, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Pathfinder was after 3.5.
Yeah, it was an offshoot of it.
Yep, that was where it originally started. It has a lot more customization than 5e or D&D 1 has right now. Part of that is because they've cut down on the amount of additional content they're creating, from what I can tell. But there's just so much that you can do with Pathfinder, even though it's been simplified, or it feels simplified compared to 3.5.
Anyone else want to jump in and talk about their favorite systems?
My current favorite system is definitely Pathfinder 2. I'm going to say something very rude is that we have evolved past the need for D&D. Just play Pathfinder. And that's for multiple reasons that I don't know if we have time to get into. However, there's so many different things for different kinds of games that it's really hard to like say, oh, what makes a good system. I know a lot of people who get like really deep into it all, like say a bunch of friends in my Pathfinder group are over D20 systems. They just like, well, I don't like having they don't like having a D20. They don't like the like crit misses and stuff. Which there's plenty of games that do otherwise. I remember in Shadowrun, one of the memes for Shadowrun is rolling an ungodly amount of D6s. Mm-hmm. And in my first game, by the end of it, when somebody shot me, I could roll up to 43 die to resist being shot. Mm-hmm. So that was fun. But yeah, I'm really excited for the Starfinder 2 core book coming out. Because I absolutely fell in love with Starfinder, but it felt like a half step.
Yeah.
And I was so happy to see that half step taken to a full step in Pathfinder 2. So like the moment I was reading Pathfinder 2, I'm like, I really hope they make a Starfinder 2 because yes. And the Starfinder 2 core is coming out like next week. I'm very excited for that.
To add some context to Shadowrun, Shadowrun is gritty. It is a pain in the ass to run. but in a good way at times. Like Doozy said, it's a D6 system, so rolling rolling your dice gets a little goofy, a little silly, and that can be thanks to Edge, which is my all-time favorite system. So Edge, you gain Edge points through certain actions, and I want to say it's like inspiration, but it's not. You gain it rapidly, and you have to spend it rapidly. So your character has a max amount of Edge you can generate. If you generate past that, nothing happens. If you generate below that, or like if you spend everything, nothing happens. So it's a your character like just has a limit. It's not a like a health bar or mana bar or anything like that. And it allows you to do some goofy stuff. Like straight up just denying a hit that a enemy would get on you through, and I quote, toughing it out, to aiming better. Like you like supersonic your eyes and aim better, to telling the enemy, no, you don't get to attack this round, and just denying their entire engagement. However, the enemy can do this to you in return.
I'm so used to D&D at this point, and it holds a dominance, I think, because of marketing and popularity, but it is also, like you said, an easier system to get into, especially compared to its former, editions and whatnot. I do personally really enjoy when a system is versatile in the way that, like, you could run it in a fantasy realm, you could run it in a like a sci-fi realm. I really like that when that ability, because it allows you to tell so many different stories with the same system. I think that's kind of what Darrington Press was trying to do with the Illuminated World system, which is, they've only released Candela Obscura for it, but I think their intent is to release like different like settings based on the same system, but I'll be interested to see how they do that. Daggerheart's really interesting from what I've seen with it. It is definitely more simplistic and more RP based, which I personally enjoy more RP based stuff or mechanics based stuff.
Have you ever heard of Powered by the Apocalypse?
I have, actually, yeah. Yeah, I don't know much about, but I have heard about it.
Will there be a time to like talk about one shots, or like would now be a good time to talk about those? Because you're asking about like favorite systems.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
Okay. So basically, like, I guess, I think because I still struggle with like long-term character development and stuff like that, like still being really new, like one shots have been probably where I've had the most fun, because everything happens really quickly, and you don't have to get super deep into a character's background. You just start playing. And so, I've played like Candela Obscura. I've gotten to dabble with some Call of Cthulhu, even like a really random, I think it was mostly D6 driven as well. Really random one called Goblin with a Fat Ass, where basically it's a heist caper and you're just goblins with fat asses. Basically, like, you like having a bigger ass like lets you roll more dice, but it also, more dice means you have more chance of success, but you also have more chance of failure. And it is just a really funny, like, the rules is like a 2-page sheet.
Yeah, I was going to say that sounds like a 1-page.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, but it's hilarious.
But they can be, those
and-
can be great for
Yeah.
introducing people, I think, like you said, Vanny.
Absolutely.
And making people feel more comfortable. I would love to try, on the flip side of that, I would love to try World of Darkness sometimes, which is like Vampire the Masquerade, Werewolf, something. I would love to try that because I love that sort of dark, gritty stuff. I think that would be really interesting to try. But it is interesting that D&D has such a market share, I guess would be the word for it, in terms of TTRPGs. However, rumors lately have said that Wizards of the Coast aren't planning to release anything for it in the future. There's no planned releases right now, other than like what's currently been like, there's like 2 books, I think, which is interesting. I think what's happening, and we'll get down. Actually, we'll wait to talk about this, but it is interesting how this now gives other systems a chance to flourish. And I'm really interested to see how Daggerheart does. Obviously, they have the popular backing, but it'll be interesting. And there is something about Daggerheart that I will get into in a little bit. I want to move on. When you all choose your character type or your class or your role, whatever word it is for that system, do you choose sort of your character fantasy, or do you typically choose what others are playing as a player? I'm curious to hear people's thoughts.
I usually end up picking to fill spots in the team. I'm usually and I usually end up being like the last one in the game to actually make my character. That's because my brain is like that.
Ori?
I like being able to create characters to I like going into character creation with an idea of a character I want to build, but I'm also knowing that I have experience playing different types of characters. I'm also very willing to, if I feel like there is a absolute need for a type of character, I'll either try and find a way to make my character to make the character I want to play fit that, or I'll switch up the type of character I'm playing.
For me, I think it's like, if I'm going to one shot, I'm going to just fill. But if it's going to be like a longer campaign, I'm just going to play what I want. And there's something to be said as like someone who mainly dungeon masters, game masters, whatever you want to call it, in that I'd rather my players play whatever the fuck they want. I will figure it out to make it more balanced. I'm not the kind of person who dungeon masters and says like, you know, I'm going to try to beat you, or I'm going to try. It's not like me versus you, right? I'm the sort of person who's like, I want to collaborate. I want to, you know, make a story for you guys to enjoy. And I think I'll touch on that in the next topic, but like, I very much think like I always encourage people to play what they want, and then I'll try to work and make sure you're having a good time.
It's the forever DM of Shadowrun.
I'm a forever DM, unfortunately.
It's so real. I kind of did it to one person on accident, and then this quickly grew to all the players. I didn't tell them who was who or what was happening. I left them all in the dark so that when they made a character, it wasn't something to fill a spot. It was something they wanted to play.
Mm-hmm.
So did I end up having 2 kind of muscly guys and no real support? Yeah, but I just made sure that they had more access to medical than you would normally have, because they would need that.
For sure, and that's sort of the mentality I try to have going into it. I think, and this transitions into the sort of the next topic I was going to mention, which is about like bad TTRPG experiences. I have been a player in 2 different games. One of which was very much us versus the DM. And I kind of... I'm someone who's just going to do rule of cool over rule as written, right? I'm going to be someone who is going to allow you to do something wild if it makes fun. You know, I'm like here to have fun. I'm here to tell stories with you. And I never really enjoyed that sort of us versus them, like the DM is trying to kill us sort of thing, because then it starts feeling like you have to sort of go cheesy versus like what your character would do. A game that I played at university that I was invited to, literally on the first session, the DM got so mad at me because I did something that my character would have done. Basically, my character had been a prisoner before, and or along those lines of like, she very much did not want to be in custody of someone, right? And the session started with these guards trying to arrest them, right? For literally no reason, like just talking to them or whatever. Like the story didn't make sense. So my character, who was a druid, was like, fuck this, and then just cast heat metal, right, to just like try to get these guards off of her. But the DM pulled me to the side after and was like, you know, I had a story I was trying to tell with that, and you kind of ruined it by doing this. And I just hate that.
If I had a nickel for every time my story was ruined by my players, I'd have a lot of nickels.
And that's part of being a GM is
Yep.
like and there's a difference, because I've heard it's just what my character would do to excuse being a shit, but
Yeah.
that's different. That's the GM not being flexible.
Yeah, I am very much someone who's like, if this is the way they want to take the story, let's fucking do it. Like, I'll give a little insight. Like, when I was writing for our D&D campaign, now Vanny and Ori won't know about these guys, but there is a group called the Silver Sword within my D&D world who are monster hunters, and I initially wrote them as sort of having a conflict with the various groups that our group was allying with, or our party was allying with. And I didn't really know if the party was going to ally, who they were going to ally with, whatever. But I initially wrote the Silver Sword as sort of these, like, necessary allies. But the party really took poorly to them and, like, really didn't like these people who were threatening so much that they were working for, and decided that they were going to be aggressive towards them. And that made a really cool story of like the party standing up for what the definition of being a monster is, and like how we are more often than not going to be labeling people who are just trying to live their lives as monsters, which was really cool. So like the players create these cool stories by just beating your expectations, and that's fun.
This topic was about bad experiences, right?
Yeah, and I turned it into I didn't
I
mean to. My apologies.
No. I like hearing stories about what people have done and how you deal with it. To throw it back to a bad experience, I had a player. So Shadowrun has a combat system.
Sure does.
Doozy will understand that comment. However, it does have a really cool RP system. I will stand by that statement. I think it's really cool. Because a lot of stuff in the book really wants you to talk, really wants you to RP things out, wants you to make connections. There is even a tab on your character sheet called Connections, and it is how well a character knows you and all that. Well, I had a player that with every turn would want to start combat every turn. I had a bunch of thugs like stop the group, like ref up their car, right, trying to just get extra money because they were protecting. I think it was a bridge or something, right? It was like a bridge to like a shipping depot, right? Because there was like a group hiding there, and they were just tasked with protecting it. Well, his first thing wasn't, "Hey man, let's calm down. We have plenty of money between all the characters," or "We have plenty of like instead of trying to talk him down, he just constantly talked the characters up, or talked the group like up, and just kept like making them madder and madder. Well, there was like 8 of them, like, right? Like, when everyone else is trying to defuse the situation and you're the only one like just lighting the fuse again, like, kind of catch that hint. There was a fight ring designed specifically for trolls, and one of the characters was trolls, right? So it was a cool like character arc. It was meant to. I talked to the the player for the character. I was like, I want to make this like cool thing that like really shows your character off, right? Like, kind of helps you get more confident in your character, because they had been having some I don't want to say they were just kind of nervous to really play their character, and I wanted them to like have that spotlight, have that moment. So it was like a fight ring, right? There was like a pit that was like pretty deep, just to kind of discourage cheating. It had a bunch of things with it. Said player from previous interaction jumped into the pit and proceeded to lose both legs and pretty much all function, because Shadowrun's not a forgiving game.
I was gonna say, it sounds like a good way of getting the shit beaten out of you by a troll.
Yeah, his character was going, like, if it wasn't for the fact that another player rules lawyered it worse for him, he would have died in that pit. His character would have died. That troll was like an intentional roadblock, because like it was just supposed to be a roadblock. He would have died. He would not have beat that troll. It was like an 8 across the board. His highest stat was a 6. Proceeded also not to ever give me his character sheet after asking several times. I'm pretty sure he lost it. It's like, I would have cared more if he was any more useful in combat. I'm gonna be blunt about it, right? If he did anything in combat, I would have been blunt and been like, "No, I need your character sheet." No, he didn't really do anything.
So he wanted to fight, but never did anything in combat.
Yeah. And it's just like, oh, that's a headache.
Now, I always try and go, it's like, well, there are ways that you could place a character like that, and it'd be good, but clearly they were doing it bad. Because like somebody who talks big but immediately like panics, and like as soon as talking big starts to look like it's actually going to end up in fighting, immediately flips. Like that can be a good character. But
for reference, I had a character like that. His name was Jim. I don't know. We kind of made the joke that everyone would kind of forget his face and name, because that's one of the karma points.
Yeah, I was going to say
you're non-rememberable.
That is a perk in Shadowrun.
Yeah, and I quite literally cannot remember because I kept changing it myself on purpose. But he was a ex-corpo like weapons tester, and he would do his absolute best to just talk everything out. But when it came down to it, yes, he had like the firepower and the knowledge to back it up, but he would have panic attacks if he thought someone was mortally damaged. So he would do his best to, if he needed to talk himself up, him and the group up. But if something like was to kill someone, he would like actually have panic attacks. It would actually it would ruin his character.
Oh shoot!
And that is the.
You just realized we could see you play.
I was
Like-
I was redoing my map. Oh my god, I'm such an idiot. Hi, sorry guys. I was currently working on my map and
The addiction runs deep.
the addiction is really deep. My apologies. There we go. It's all right.
All right.
Sorry, go ahead.
I'll stop yapping about.
No, go ahead. Sorry. I fuck me. All right. My I'm blushing now. Okay. Yeah, my ADHD was like, I need to work on something, and I wanted to redo the map from yesterday's.
Listen, I am playing RuneScape and talking, so
I'm playing cast and catch.
I'm doing that, Chuck.
Nice. Anyways, so did you have anything else you wanted to add, Depp?
No, it's just one of those things that, like, I feel like everyone's worried about, like, being. How do I want to word this?
being the main character.
Yeah, but that I was gonna be like nice about it, being encouraging in it. But yeah, like, play your character how you want to play it, right? Like, but also you got to commit to the bit at least, man.
I think sometimes, like, as a newer player or like a chronically insecure player, I guess I will say, like, I think sometimes, like, my worst experiences have been like, I sat down, like, I've dabbled with like Vampire the Masquerade before, so like werewolf systems, and I've dabbled in 2 different games. One of the first games, no, the second game, was at a table of people that I knew relatively well, like a coworker's husband was running the game. And like, I'm still new to this. I don't know what I'm doing, but I also haven't been like helped or guided in like, hey, this is kind of like how you build a character, and this is kind of how we introduce our characters. And so I guess I went into like too much detail for the table, and they were like, yeah, we don't need to know all that. And so it just like they cut me off in the middle of like trying to introduce my character. And like at this point, my role-playing experience was like, gonna date myself here, AOL chat room kind of things where you're like writing out like this whole entry description kind of thing. So I was just like, I was so insecure after that, that we didn't have that many more sessions at that table. And I think for me personally, it's like a little more guidance sometimes goes a long way for helping have more of that comfort at the table where you can express more of your character. But also, like, sometimes it's like, yo, I don't even know what I'm doing. Like, just hep.
Hep. I love when my players get really deep into their character. I absolutely love when they have a background, because it gives me something to write with.
100%. Like, being able to work and like create lore around their characters. Like, the fact that I have so much lore and ideas and have spoken about stuff with my players allows me to write personal stories for them and do stuff like that for them that I otherwise wouldn't be able to. I will give Rudy a treat.
Like I was mentioned, the one character with the forgettable name, right? He was a corpo, right? He worked in corporations. Well, that gave me the entire Ares weapon branch of like one of the biggest corporations to do something with. So they got to freely visit Ares and like talk to the CEO, which, if you don't know anything about Shadowrun, pretty much
the CEO is a big deal.
not only is it a big deal, pretty much every CEO of a business is a metallic dragon. So they got to talk to one of like the dragons of the world, which is an incredible big deal because they're quite literally reality warpers. Like they just kind of exist and do what they want. And it was just fun to be able to use a dragon.
Speaking of that dragon specifically, I think one in the, like my first ever game, the Decker, the like computer person, lit up like a building sized billboard with art of the dragon making out with his human form.
Yeah.
All right, let's look at
the
there.
weird shit you can pull. It's great.
Yeah, I love Shadowrun because it's so goofy.
Yeah, you could do whatever you want. But
It's the RP is once again so crazy, like so much fun in it. Man, the combat is something.
If we want to go back to talk about bad experiences, I don't have that. I mean, there's infinite games that never started or got like one session. But if I had to pick out one specific one, it was people I didn't know and haven't spoken to since. They were just way too horny about it, and especially because like a couple of them, their characters were explicitly like lolicon, shotacon, and we're like, yeah, I'm like, I am leaving. Bye.
And this is why you should do a
Session
like,
0.
veils and
Yep, that's where I was literally the next thing I was going to bring up. Heck yeah. Predicting the future.
boundaries, please.
Yeah, so that's a really good sort of segue into
Segue.
what I think is extremely important in TTRPGs is safety tools, which is a fancy word for saying you've gone over with your players, you've talked about their boundaries, limits, triggers, etc. Which is funny because Vanny forgot I had done that for our game and was like, oh, maybe we should, because I had mentioned something, and Vanny's like, oh yeah, maybe we should do this, and I'm like,
It had been a while.
you've already done it. but that's important because that shows that like me as a DM has been avoiding topics and doing a decent job and not trying to trigger you. I suppose, I hope, to the point that you forgot about it. So like safety tools can be anything from like a form that you do at the beginning or people writing down a list. Like for our weekly D&D game, we have a pinned comment in our channel that has reds and yellows of like things we won't talk about or explore within RP.
Yeah. And I think specifically, I was just saying because it was specifically a different game where we were doing the level 20 and we were specifically like, oh yeah, this is going to get dangerous. It wasn't that. Yeah, I had forgotten that we had done it for the main campaign, but I think my brain was just like, oh, new campaign, we need new veils. So I wasn't sure if Kira had filled out a veils. Or
Oh, I thought you were talking about. Yeah, okay. But yeah, that's do you guys want to talk about that in general?
Once again, Doozy will be able to add on to this. Shadowrun is a dark game. And there is a lot that I made sure my players were all right with. For instance, this is like I don't want to say a light topic. That's not what I want. But like at the top of this was like racism, right? In Shadowrun, there is racism between metahuman types, and I put it bluntly, and this was a non-forgiving, like, if you broke this, you were done.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of like, haha, you're as simple ones like knife ears, right, for an elf, right?
Mhm.
A simple, like, little quick jab. I get it. I can see where that would be an actual RP point, or like,
dumb trog.
yeah, exactly. Like, haha, dumb trog, troglodytes, right? Like, I could see where, like, maybe throwing one in could add to a situation, especially when you're trying to enrage someone. However, if you took it past that, especially to like real life racism, you were out, gone.
Mhm.
Ditto, gone. Zippo, we were done. Your character died on the spot. Like, I was not putting up with any of it.
It's interesting because, like, it's something that we've talked about with our players is like, and it is something that I've world built as well and talked about, sort of inter and intraspecies bigotry and racism and where that stands, right, in that world, and how do we role play around it. And I think us as a group, when we talked about it in the past, I think this might have been before Ori and Vanny, but like we talked about how there's always going to be sort of that inherent fantasy racism, right? Especially when I have a player playing a tiefling. Like, that is part of the core identity of a tiefling, is they are different, unique, and ostracized. Like, and that's what draws so many minority people to play them, because of that sort of connection that, yeah. And I think it's interesting. You just have to identify, like, where is the line?
Exactly.
How do you do it tastefully?
Mm-hmm.
Representation without repression.
Yes. Mm-hmm. It is a good thing to have in a story, especially long-term stories that are more, not even necessarily gritty, but like more like you can see yourself in a character, because it is something that happens in real life, right? However, this is also an escapism, and it is for fun.
Yeah.
So you don't want that in the thing to like the same extreme, to the same levels.
Yeah, you don't want to go to the overextent of it. Like, you want to do it where it makes sense for the story. Like in our example, I mentioned the tieflings, but there's also the whole aspect of like, you've got werewolves and vampires and undead. The undead and werewolves there is a group of them who are not trying to kill you. And there's a whole other set of survivors within this world who have been running the past 6 years away from undead and werewolves and vampires, and they now are expected to work with them. So it is, I think, something we're exploring, but we're also mindful of, like, let's be intelligent about it.
Well, I think even there will be challenges in the future for Fess, who is a Corvum, considering there are Kinku in this situation.
Somewhere.
And for a non-discerning person, the difference between a Corvum and a Kinku, which is a raven and a crow,
not specifically. But it's not a raven. It's not a raven crow difference. It's
I mean, I was simplifying. Sorry.
Yeah.
Like there is a big difference between, like, Kinku are cursed.
Yes.
But if you just see a bird that is black, you are potentially just going to make a certain assumption.
100%.
Meanwhile, Fess is over here just learning your language by reading smut.
Why does it always come back to smut?
because I'm ace, okay?
You won't pop off.
I feel like that's going to be an even more interesting thing to explore once Floor
Yeah, something
is exposed.
Yeah, something happens with Floor.
Once something happens with this.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is like, that's where the importance of tool. If someone had come into our game and said, "Hey, I can't fucking do this," like I don't want to touch this racism stuff at all. Like, you have to work around that, or that person doesn't play. Like, that's the sort of decisions you have to make.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like an important question is, where do you cater to a player, but where does a player also have to kind of cater to you?
9 times out of 10, I'm the one changing myself up, because it's me, and I'm.
Yeah, and I don't mean that in like a bad way, but
No, I know what you
like-
mean. But what I'm saying is, like, it's a. I think it's a more nuanced question than
oh yeah, 100%.
it lets off as.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so sorry if you can hear me crinkling bag. I'm making oatmeal.
No, couldn't hear anything. I mean,
But yeah.
Athena, I don't know if you want to go into like the whole, what was it, Grog situation or whatever his face was.
Mm.
No, I don't.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, there are times where you're just not gonna be able to make things work.
Yeah.
But I do think in the end, yes, it is your story, but it makes sense that 9 times out of 10 you would be the one like fluctuating around your players, because it's the world that you have kind of set them free in, and if they don't have a certain amount of autonomy, then it's not fun.
Also, to the fact of, like,
And 100%.
it's not my story, right? Like, it
Our
is.
story, Conrad.
Yeah, but it really is all story in that, like, I am gonna, I want you guys to have a good time with it, and like,
In a weird way, I feel like a GM is a storyteller, not the story maker.
And I feel like it's more that this is the story that they are a storyteller. They're the ones providing the world. They're the ones providing the impetus to continue forward, in some respects. But it's really the players deciding exactly which direction that story unfolds.
Exactly. Also, as a background, the question was just a question. I too changed my story for to make sure that everyone is safe, comfy vibes.
100%.
Because once again, TTRPGs in any game really is escapism. It is a way for you to just turn your brain off, like just forget about the cruelties of life.
Also, from what I've heard from like DMs that I've talked to, you can always just decide that the next room was where your players were supposed to go anyway.
Yeah.
Like, nobody gets to see behind the screen. Nobody gets to see or know like how you may or may not be flailing behind the scenes of like, fuck, you've missed all the plot points.
I mean, I offhandedly mentioned a sewer one time. We spent 2 hours in a sewer. I didn't have that sewer planned at all. I don't know how we ended up in the sewer. They were supposed to talk to the police. They were supposed to get information from the police. There
Now
was
you
an
got some
active
random
police.
person in the sewer giving them that information. Yeah, like that's kind of I do want to try DMing at some point because it sounds really fun, and chaotic.
Me and Robot have the same DM style of we plan an hour before the session begins.
Yeah, and then my Alicia, my DM for my in-person game, like she's amazing in so many ways, and she just wants to have everything planned out. And so we take longer breaks sometimes between game sessions because she wants to have a certain amount planned, and we're in like one of those breaks right now because they've been doing some traveling too, so she hasn't had as much planning time. But it's just funny, like the different DM styles that I've heard of, because there are definitely people who are like, well, I've got this bag of like random things that might happen, and I know that I can pull out of this bag. And then there are other people who have like, you know, whole
Okay,
parts of the
people.
dungeon mapped out fully, and like we somehow managed to find the shortest of shortcuts.
Oh my god, Tomb of Horrors.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm thinking of.
Oops.
Like just magically we find our way there and you're like, what the fuck?
I was fine with it because
Um,
Tomb of Horrors is torture for myself. Anyways, let's move on. Let me pull up my thing here. Where'd it go? It disappeared. It disappeared. Here it is. Let's talk about like what, I mean, we've kind of touched on it a little bit, but what makes Dungeons and Dragons so popular, and why does it have such a
Critical
stranglehold? What?
Critical Role.
Yeah, but I feel like before that, it still had that same.
To add more to it, right? So in recent years, it's definitely been Critical Role, Legends of Adventurous,
Dimension
let's see.
22.
Dimension 22, there's a sock puppet one that's really funny. So there's multiple people like streaming and making content of it. Before then, I think it was almost the Christian what's the word? Christian alienation of it, where something my old man told me, and I've heard from several other people.
This is Satanic Panic.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Playing D&D was seen as doing something evil when it was really just,
It's rebellion.
yeah, it was in a form, it was just rebelling, and that inherently made it popular, right? Like, it gave a way of rebellion.
But it
need to-
also makes people introspective, because to be able to play a good character, like it is, so many people talk about how it's basically therapy, because like it gives you the opportunity to explore features of your like facets of yourself. Like I've seen so many jokes of like, yeah, my table started out as like all men, and
guys.
now it's 50-50. And it's like,
And
And
there's
none of the
no
players
ladies in
changed.
roster.
Yeah.
none of the roster has changed. Yeah. So basically it's like it gives you that ability to like try different things and express yourself in different ways. And I think a lot of people, as we said, like alternative genders or sexualities and stuff like that, found comfort in being able to express or explore those parts of themselves in this game as well, and
not be yelled at.
and not be punished for it, even because
Well-
they're already doing something quote unquote
Cringe.
outside of
Ooh.
acceptance.
So that game
Yeah.
where I mentioned where I was told not to, how to like RP or whatever, and I was reading the story, etc., etc. I got kicked out of the game because I had asked another player to use she/her for me. My character, it was,
That's cringe.
yeah.
I'm going to assume this was before publicly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm not going to finish the statement, but as
No, I
like,
think
as
I actually
my,
was. I can't remember. It's so long ago at this point, but it was bullshit, whatever it was. I want to move on though. Like, what? There's like, so when it comes to TTRPGs, there's a lot of common thematic scenes that we see: fantasy, sci-fi, modern, and like occult. I think are probably the big ones. But by and far, fantasy is the probably most common you'll see.
cringe. Sorry.
By and far, fantasy is the most common you'll see, which I think is interesting to talk about in that there needs to be a question of why is that the case? Amongst...
I want to say it's almost because like sci-fi and modern, right? Modern, you're dealing with just life at that point. Sci-fi is like, this is something that's scarily approaching, but fantasy is fantasy.
I think that's a part of it, sure. There are always going to be people who prefer the idea of a sci-fi, something that looks like it could actually happen someday, versus the fantasy of which is by and large never going to happen. There's like pieces of the fantasy that could, but for the most part, it's like, for a fact that there's almost no shot any of this happens in your real life. And I think it's partly because it helps with the escapism and the enjoyment of the game for some people just getting into it. But I could never play a modern TTRPG.
I wish my roommate was here for this, because me and my roommate are quite literally the split fiction characters of I love sci-fi. I love absolutely everything sci-fi. I love space. I love for anyone that doesn't know, my favorite game is Cyberpunk 2077 and anything Cyberpunk.
I need to play it.
I'm currently playing through Shadowrunner Hong Kong on my computer. I adore cyberpunkism, and the reason why is because when medical and technology get that advanced, you can change who you are. If I was in that situation now, sure, life would kind of suck. But I also, maybe I want to have my back pain. Maybe my right leg would have feeling and function properly.
Maybe you'd have massive tits.
Maybe I'd have massive tits, and you know what? I'm kind of here for it.
Sorry.
But it's like that. You're good. No, but you're right though. Like, maybe people that are trans would.
Gender would be less of a construct as
gender
it is.
Would be cringe and gross, and you could be you. For anyone that doesn't know, when you make a character in Cyberpunk 2077, you can have whatever. That's all I'm gonna say. But you
can. That. It's like that with Baldur's Gate as well.
Baldur's Gate, yeah, exactly. You can be whatever you want to be. You can be you. And I love that.
Yeah, I think it also kind of just depends on, like, to some degree, it's like, you have your Warcraft people, you have your Starcraft people. Like, it's that idea of, like, you're always going to have someone who gravitates to one or the other. And then you have some people who are more like ambivert about it, and they're like, I like everything.
Ew, cringe.
But
I'm sorry.
Why?
But I think also it kind of depends on, I don't know. I think it kind of depends on what you have experienced. And like, if you have a really good experience with sci-fi stuff, you're probably going to gravitate more toward that. You know, if you have a really good experience with fantasy, you're probably, I mean, I was that boring person in World of Warcraft who played a human, and they're like, out of all of the races you could play, why did you pick a human? And I'm like,
When you-
I don't know. Because I like looking at a human on the screen. I don't know.
I am absolutely, unsurprisingly, the person who always picks the animal races.
Uh-huh.
My roommate said something in
Uh-huh.
a world full of different races and metahumans and all that. Being a human is the uncommon choice.
It's very true.
Which sometimes is like, maybe that's why I picked it, because I'm like, I want to be special.
Yeah, I think it. Yeah, for me, I'm the boring person who likes both. In that, like, I run a D&D game each week, and also
Nerd.
like am in the process of writing a sci-fi book. Like, I just happen to like both. Yes, Depp. You
What?
you can read it beforehand. Oh,
The book? Oh, I wasn't. I'm just chewing.
I
Sorry
thought you were
if that
making
picked up.
noises. Sorry.
No, I'm
Um,
so sorry if that was picked up. I'm just eating my oatmeal.
Oh, fine. You can't read it beforehand then.
Oh,
Yeah, fuck you.
oh, you
Fuck you,
suck.
and, fuck you and your oatmeal.
It's banana cream. Listen,
Um,
Al gets mad at me if I have an energy drink without food.
yeah,
But-
for good reason.
Yeah,
You dumb fuck.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yo, first 5 minutes, absolutely scald that energy drink.
But yeah, I do enjoy fantasy for many reasons. In that, like, I don't know. I love World of Warcraft. Like, that was always my thing, and I am, that's fun to me. But I also like TTRPGs and sci-fi stuff, and I've always wanted to try sci-fi stuff. I would love to try the Star Wars one. There's also the Marvel one that I'm kind of like, I really want to try it. I want to give
If
that
you
a
do
go.
that one, I want to join.
Yeah, but see, I'm the fucking forever DM. Like, I'm stuck. And
Nerd.
so there's like that. I also am looking at, I want to run.
Thirsty sword lesbians.
That's the one I was just about to bring up. I want to run that as well. Which has a whole bunch of different realms and scenes and whatnot. But yeah. Going
I
on
think
to
Humblewood is also really cute. Or
Humblewood
not-
is very
is that
adorable.
what it-
Yeah.
like, you're just little animals
Animals.
Is that rude?
exploring the world.
Humblewood's cute, but it's a D&D setting. Where you can be a bunch of little animal moles.
What?
Bloomborough.
What?
The D&D setting where you can be a bunch of animals, is it Bloomborough?
No, Humblewood.
Humblewood.
Okay.
Because I know
There's also
Brute plays a.
Wanderhome, I think, is another one where there's like no combat at all in it, and it's literally just like,
Mm-hmm.
So, unfortunately, I need to take my leave.
You have to go play Pathfinder.
Time.
I need to eat lunch and then go play Pathfinder, yes.
Well,
Let me know
thank,
how it is. I've been thinking about starting Pathfinder.
thank you for
Pathfinder
joining
2nd
us.
Edition is my new favorite system.
I have the entire 2nd edition, every book.
But yeah, I appreciate you for going, Doozy. We'll keep going here, and
Bye-bye.
bye.
bye.
Oh, they left before I could say something. Oh, there she.
Let's talk about OGLs, because there's been now 2 massive OGL scandals with D&D and now with Daggerheart. For those who don't know, OGL stands for Open Gaming License, which is sort of the contract but not contract that you sign for producing content for a system or playing that system online. It's extremely controversial in that, like, people don't like being limited to do the stuff they want to do. But it becomes but it becomes interesting. No, well, I'm just saying, like, it's interesting in the fact that, like, I think it's important to talk about because we are in obviously an increasingly online setting. People are going to play on virtual tabletops, or, you know, right? We'll get into talking about those in a second, but like Roll20 or Foundry and stuff like that. So, and people are going to stream it. They're going to make videos. They're going to want to make custom content for it. And it's interesting because, you know, for example, with D&D, it's pretty decent. They did want to change it at one point to where they were going to highly limit a lot of it, but they kind of were unable to in the end. Daggerheart has started with sort of going right out the bat with it, in that, like, there are a lot of rules you have to follow to be able to stream Daggerheart or make a video about Daggerheart or make content for Daggerheart. And it's interesting because I think a lot of people got upset with it in that, you know, it's coming from a company that was founded on, you know, content creation around TTRPGs. But also, I think there's the side of, like, how should these companies make profit? Should they make profit off their system? Like, how do creators make profit in that regard? Should it be decentralized? Should it be, you know, what is your guys' opinions on if someone creates a system, how should they profit? Should they profit? What should the system look like? Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, I kind of chatted a lot there. Don't all talk at once.
I understand rules are important for things. Because there are a lot of good rules. We can all agree to that. However, it's kind of the whole, if your rules start kind of...
Yeah, I feel like the rules are... obviously the rules are necessary because they're about to set up the basics of the world. But they're also... It's hard to...
I think if you think about it as like an author, like, they write the book, right? And they make profits by selling their book, but they don't make any profits off of, like, the fan fictions done of their book, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so there are always going to be, like, yes, like, there are established rules, but there's always going to be someone doing homebrew elements of those rules. There's always going to be someone who's like, this rule is stupid and it's not coming to my table. I think that's kind of where it's really hard to argue that they should always be making a profit from it. Like, it's like you're an author and you've created this world and you send it out into the world to be enjoyed. And if people do different things with it, you shouldn't necessarily get to profit off of those things that they do with it.
I agree.
I think writing a TTRPG system with the intent to profit off of it is absurd.
With the intent to specifically profit off of what others build from it.
Yeah, yes, sorry. To profit, what's the word? Exponentially
Mm-hmm.
off of the groundwork that you have laid. Like, obviously, you should profit off of the groundwork, but to expect to profit off of, like, fan-written expansions is a bit silly.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
At
You know,
what
I
point?
feel like how you profit off of that is like, hey, we're running this system by this person. You should definitely go check it out. Like, where the problem comes in is like, once it's online, somebody's going to have free PDFs like out there
Mm-hmm.
that you could access. You know, so I get that frustration, but like, no one's getting rich off of writing a TTRPG like rule set.
I can. Well, I think I don't know a lot of the controversy. Man, work has taken me offline. um, but I can definitely see someone say you make a completely original TTRPG, right? It does, moderately well in the niche, right? I can see someone being upset if someone proceeded to make like a subset book and sell the subset book.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can see you
Because
being put
that's
back
not
in for that.
that's no longer that's no longer someone making content necessarily from what you made, right? And like promote like and inadvertently promoting it, right? Because obviously bigger they get, more people or more eyes on what you made, more eyes on what you made is more sales. But at what point, like, for every like I said, I don't really understand the situation because I just haven't seen it.
It's a whole
But
thing. I mean,
if it's a whole thing, that means there's like 18 layers, and I'd have to actually read into it.
well, but it is also, I think, just the concept that we're talking about as well is like, say D&D publishes an additional book, right? They're going to sell that book, which most of the time people aren't really buying the physical book nowadays with those sort of things, but they sometimes are.
Unless they're like a collector, but yeah.
Yeah, I think,
Trophy.
but I think it's interesting because I think the reason, and Wizards of the Coast just isn't planning to produce much of D&D anymore because they're not making an insane profit off of it. But I think they're looking at it wrong. In that, like,
They're not making a profit off of it because they're not doing anything with it.
well, no, they were, but they're like they're looking at it wrong in that they want to sell these books and they think the books is the way to do it. Versus, and they've built a virtual tabletop and then immediately shut it down for some fucking reason. Like, I think virtual tabletops. Well, but I understand then you have to worry about hosting servers and stuff like that. But like, virtual tabletops and online databases like D&D Beyond is the way for them to go instead of trying to leech off of homebrewed content, in my opinion.
100%.
Like, let people make their own thing with it, and you make a website, virtual tabletop, that allows people to play your game online. Because 9 times out of 10, these groups are going to be online nowadays.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why Roll20 is so cool, because you can play damn near anything on it.
And like, hell, if you don't want to pay for servers, fucking let someone host it.
Peer-to-peer.
Peer-to-peer, exactly. Like, there's ways around it. And I just don't think... I think what's happening is you have people who are in these positions who are stuck looking at it like old...
Purely monetarily.
Well, and also as like an older industry, too. People just want to play with their friends, right? If you encourage... And yes, monetize the way... And my way with it is like... you got to think about paying artists or whatever, right? Like that's another side of it. You got to pay the just creators and stuff like that. But I think like having full-time staff like they try to have for D&D, having like massive full-time staff, full-time artists and stuff like that, it's just not working. And I think they're just overthinking it to the point where it's just like, make something that's easy for people to play your game and that people enjoy playing, and people are going to play it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Well, but I can't remember. Did Hasbro buy all of WotC, or
Yeah.
are they just... Okay. Yeah, so, I mean, there's that culture shift as well within the company of Hasbro coming in, because I know there's a lot of issues. My roommate is actually a programmer for WotC, but they're on the Magic the Gathering side of things.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, but they have gotten to like do some play testing for like they did some play testing for like D&D 1 like on the clock with like a group set up in WotC. So like they get to do some pretty cool things. But you know, I know that there's been a lot of culture shift with Hasbro, and a lot of the decisions that Hasbro are making is more of a money grab kind of a
Yeah,
situation.
and
And
it's
that
stupid.
is frustrating because this isn't supposed to be a money grab. It's supposed to be enjoyable.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to make millions or billions off of this. You're going to entertain a community, and they're just, the reason they're getting rid of it is because they think no one wants to play D&D, and that's obviously not the case.
Yeah.
It's just stupid. Sorry.
I think it's more they don't think, they can't see how to make a profit off it anymore because the materials have been out there for so long, and there's so many aspects of homebrewing that people do now.
Yeah,
like,
well, and they're
we
still
can't-
focused
we
on
can't
the
monetize this.
They're still focused on that. Like I said, make a damn good TTR or VTT, make it cheap, make a good
Yeah.
database, or fuck it, just buy Roll20. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Roll20 makes bank because of it, because they have subscriptions and they have a good system, and they
Yeah.
sell content, and they sell whatever. Like,
It is also important to know, though, that you would still have to keep some elements of the free.
oh, for sure.
Because-
But what I'm saying is like, for people who want to do these massive games like myself, I pay for it because it,
Yeah.
you know, for different things. But also, like, one, you can encourage people to homebrew for your game by letting them sell on your marketplace, like Roll20 does. You know,
Yeah.
let people sell their books in your marketplace and take a fucking cut. Like, I don't know. You know, it sucks, but you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It makes me mad that they're just giving up with it, you know?
Well, and that's the problem when a company that is devoid, like separated from the actual people, the users of their product, and they're like, well, we can't make money with this, like, what the fuck, you know? And it's like, well, but if you had people who actually enjoy your product, like, that's one of the things about my roommate. They are huge Magic the fans, like Magic the Gathering fans. Like, they have you know, they have so much money in Magic cards in this house. And it's like they work for a company that produces something that they genuinely love, which means that they're putting more of themselves into the product that they're producing and the work that they're producing. And you know, I think that's the problem when these big companies come along and they just buy stuff and they're like, well, how do I make money with this? And it's like, well, for one, why don't you hire people who actually enjoy this thing? And then maybe they'll be able to tell you how to make money in the current market and how people are currently using it, you know?
You do have to be very careful about that, though. For instance, this I'm gonna use something from Overwatch, actually. The original Overwatch 1 team absolutely loved the game, loved everything about it. However, they were not good at both monetarily and gameplay wise. They were not good players. So while they loved this
fair.
IP, right, they were not good at the IP, right, which caused problems later down. And they were not good monetarily with the IP. So they lost a bunch of money, which then stopped them from bringing in new talent that would be able to help them, like make the game better. It also created problems within Blizzard.
Well, I mean, Blizzard's got a whole other thing where like they focus so heavily on monetization that makes the games less enjoyable.
100%.
Yeah, but
however, look at new Overwatch. The entire team both plays and enjoys the game to a pretty high level, right? Which helps with balancing, which helps with
sure, yeah.
It helps with balancing that keeps the common player happy and enjoying the game, but also your big names enjoying the game, playing the game. And then the new lead directive absolutely loves the game, right? This man is infatuated with it. He adores everything about Overwatch. So he's making sure every step taken is a good or better step to take. And it has actually let Overwatch 2 finally succeed. And this is coming from someone that hates that game. I cannot stand Overwatch anymore because they've just kind of... I don't agree with a lot of their monetary things, but at the end of the day, it's the skins. And when every hero is free to play and it's just skins, I can't complain. Because sure, it's annoying. And it's like, ooh, look at this fancy $100 thing. However, I'm not going to complain about it because it does not affect me gameplay-wise. It does not do anything to me in a game.
Bringing it back, let's talk about like what to you makes a good online tabletop?
Being able to share the books. Having some way to have your other players see the book if they need.
Yeah, the big thing is being able to, because it's exactly like you would do it at home, in that if one person has the book, you share it around the table. So that's feels like a requirement for online tabletop for me.
But how do you do that in a respectful way to the
Roll20
creators
does
of
it.
the book?
Yeah.
Roll20 does do a good job of it.
It gives you a limit on how many games you can share it with, but once you do, you can share it with it, and I think that's great because, like you said, you would share the book around. I think you also need to have good macros, good sort of automation for people who want it, and on the flip side, good sort of manual side of things too, if people want it. So like when we play D&D, a lot of us are just clicking the button, right? Because there's so many calculations, whatever. But on the flip side, when we play board games on this channel, or when we play offline and play on virtual what's it called? Fucking
Tabletop Sim?
Thank you. Tabletop Sim. We like to do the manual thing for it. We don't like the electronic button. You know what I mean? We have fun with it. So I think having both of those options, either having the manual, like roll the dice, move your pieces, or have a button that calculates stuff, I think that's great. I'm also a big fan of anything that makes things more immersive. One thing I don't like about Roll20 is their music options, sound effects and stuff. It's not great. It needs some work. I personally love World Anvil for databases. As a database, it's so great. And people use wikis and stuff like that, but I think World Anvil has added a lot of good excuse me. A lot of good
Oh no, they're blowing up.
Options. Sorry, I was eating so I don't pass out. A lot of good options for specific things for world building, like timelines or maps and clicking. You know what I mean? Things that wikis necessarily won't have, which I appreciate. But again, that comes down to designing the system to be also easy to use, and like if a player needs to play it on their phone, make your mobile version of it easy to use. You know what I mean? Like not bloated. Like Roll20, I think is very bloated.
I will say one downside of Roll20 is the maps are like the map is really hard to navigate.
Yes.
It's like, why can't I just click and drag the things, like, and using the slider bars, it's very hard to like, yeah, the map sometimes takes me out of it sometimes just because it's like, where the heck am I? Why is this thing? That person's on top of me.
I need to teach you some hotkeys, I think.
Yeah, that probably would help.
There's hotkeys
But
to like center on yourself, but like again, making those more visible too to players.
Yeah.
You know.
I really want to try and run. So I haven't done Shadowrun in a little bit due to a lot of my stuff that has a drought. But I really want to try and start it back up on tabletop sim, because it kind of adds that being around a table with all your homies, with all your friends.
Yeah, I've considered running stuff on
tactile.
tabletop sim, and there are good things that have done it. Go ahead.
But Shadowrun, like Uzi mentioned earlier, you roll 48 dice, and that's a headache.
I would love to run something more tactile, but because I'm streaming it, it comes down to an issue of how do I display it, and I would need like another player to be just a videographer. You know what I mean? And that's a whole other thing. But like, I've gotten used to Roll20 and us running it on Roll20, and maybe if we did another campaign in a few years or whatever, maybe I'd switch it up. But I think you need to make it. Also, one thing I didn't mention: let one person pay for everything. Like, don't make every person pay for every book. Like we talked about the books, but also like access. You know what I mean? Because it allows you to share your game with more people.
Earlier, I mentioned I had every Pathfinder 2e book. I have every single one of them up to a certain point. They were offered to me, is the wording I'll use.
I understand. But like, anyways, we'll move on from that. But yeah, I only have a few more questions left.
I can't believe you'd have questions.
Sorry.
What did you drop? What did you just do?
I dropped my plate. I'm sorry.
You're sorry.
What
what
if you were designing a system, a TTRPG system for 2025? What would be the most important aspects for you?
Fuck classes. I hate classes.
I mean, yes, in a way that'd be a good move. The problem is if you don't have something there, just everyone becomes good at everything.
Well, you'd kind of have to do it like Final Fantasy 14, where like once you're in combat or something, you can't change your class, but outside of combat you can, kind of thing. You know, like something like that, I imagine is more possible.
So Shadowrun, when you're making a character, there is like archetypes that you can kind of base yourself off of. And I don't want to go down the list because there's like 8 of them. But say Ori wants to do magic. if you were to do magic, you cannot do cybernetics because cybernetics limit how much magic you can use, and they prevent you from using magic at a certain amount because you lose like the essence of your body. You lose your connection to like the nature to the world,
yeah.
right? And then you have, it's called karma, and karma allows you to specifically level, like, increase your body, your intellect, your wisdom, right? So when I say like no classes, I don't like the idea of people having to pick between like, oh, I want to use this, like I really want to use magic, but like this sounds cool too, right? Like I want that freedom to use both, but you might have to limit how far you can go in one direction.
I do like how the Marvel Multiverse TTRPG has they don't have like classes or whatever, but they have like you choose your abilities, and then like the more you have in like I think if I'm thinking of the correct thing, the more you have in like a certain you become stronger in like psychic stuff, or like there's like different, it's a lot more versatile, and there's like a whole bunch of traits that you get to pick through, and you get to get like very specific with like what you want your character's superhero power to be and stuff like that, and I think that's pretty cool.
You just make a combination of Scarlet Witch and Psylocke every time.
No, I have a design. If we ever get to play it, I have a character I would want to make.
So it's just Psylocke. Got it.
No, it's not Psylocke. Although I have been reading a lot of Psylocke.
I need to get the mobile app. I just remembered. Sorry.
But yeah, anyways, yeah, I like that about that, like having that versatility. I understand that. I would also say I'm a big fan of things that are easy to start, but like you can get really deep into it if you want. Something that, and I think honestly, that Baldur's Gate has been really good in their adaptation of D&D.
Yes, that was very good,
and I do appreciate that. I
think the main thing that I would want if I were to create my own would be something approachable but widely customizable. Because the main thing that I find lacking in 5e is there just isn't that much you can do with it customizable wise, because of the way the rule set is built and the limited amount of classes that they have. Like one of my favorite and one of the first characters I played in Pathfinder was a Soul Knife kineticist. And I loved the feel of it, and just being able to form literally a fire whip and just smack people from 10 feet away and not literally catch them on fire, but make them feel like they were on fire was so much fun. And it's just something that isn't really possible with D&D as it stands.
Yeah, and that's why I try to let you guys have like the versatility to make stuff that you want to make. But I do like how different things, different games and stuff work with giving you that creativity, because that's the most important thing, is that you're having fun with it and you're doing, whatever with it. But yeah, I want to wrap up
real quick. Something that really turned me off of D&D was the wording on a lot of spells and abilities.
Mhm.
And going back to Baldur's Gate, it made me understand how a lot of things work better. Like, before I played Baldur's Gate, I couldn't tell you how a Hexblade Warlock would even begin to work. But now I would feel confident picking and playing a Hexblade Warlock in D&D, especially a tabletop.
Yeah, I think it's a good introduction and sort of how they adapted things to make it more easy and understandable. Okay, last thing we're talking about is like what's next for TTRPGs? What continues on from here?
Forever DMing.
Forever DM, a forever DM. I really want to play the Marvel one. I do want to run. I probably like Christmas time will probably run Sword Lesbians.
What on earth is sword lesbians you've mentioned? There's a lot. I just don't know.
I'll find it here. I'll find it. It's what's it called?
Thank you.
Thirsty sword lesbians.
Thank you. Thirsty Sword Lesbians. Here you go. I'll send it to you, Depp. They released a new one called what is the Advanced Lovers and Lesbians, which is a joke on advanced D&D. But yeah, let's see here. Yeah, so I'll send that to you, but I think I might run that in December because it is such a interesting and unique take on a TTRPG, and I think it'd be fun to play around with. Here, Depp, I'll send it to you.
Thank you.
But yeah, I think I think it's interesting. Lena's in the other voice chat that is now. Shit, 1 second. I just realized it's. There we go. But yeah, so that's I think important is adapting to the times, making things accessible to everyone and enjoyable by everyone, and seeing where it goes.
I was going to say something really stupid.
All right,
And it was when do we get the the thirsty shield or gaze?
I respect it. Well, that was sort of
every
what we.
sword lesbian needs a shield gate.
I think that was good. I think we talked.
Thirsty. Hang on, I'm thinking.
Oh no!
Thirsty glaive gaze.
I'm gonna just continue my ending, which is thank you
Yeah,
everyone for being here. I appreciate it. I'm starting to get a little out of it, so I think that's where I was struggling there at the end. But it is TTRPGs are interesting in that like
Gaze.
there is a very important thing you should notice if you haven't, in that a lot of queer people play TTRPGs because it's a way for us to express ourselves how we'd like. And if you're a developer of any sorts trying to make a TTRPG, keeping that in mind is important. But yeah, we are gonna jump over to Blood on the Clock Tower. I'm gonna probably be on the hour. I gotta get everything set up, so give me a little bit. Thank you guys for joining me.
Bullied into that too.
Yeah. Alrighty.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
sorry
we'll be
for
back
everyone
in probably on the top of the hour. BRB.
I feel absolutely.
Eat this. Okay. Oh, the chat.
I'd rather eat. Never mind.
Yep, shut up. You don't need to.
Testing. Okay.
We can hear you, Vinny. We got more. Oh my god, Jams! I didn't know you were Italian. Sorry. James was doing it. Depp's doing it too. Yeah, we're gonna get more people here in a little bit, but we're gonna play just a few games while we're waiting for like Kira and stuff. So, we're gonna play No Greater Joy, which is a TB adjacent. For players in here who have only played Trouble Brewing, Clockmaker, pretty simple. You know how many steps the demon is away from the minion. Investigator, you start knowing that one of two players is a particular minion. Empath, each night you learn how many of your 2 alive neighbors are evil. Chambermaid, you choose 2 players. You learn how many of them have woken up that night due to their ability. Artist, you can come to me at any point during the game, during the day, and ask a yes or no question. I have to answer honestly. Sage, if the demon kills you, you learn that is one of 2 players. You guys know Drunk. Klutz is when you die, you have to publicly choose one alive player. If they are evil, the game is over and you lose. And you know the rest of the characters from TB. So I'm going to get this game set up. Hopefully we can get some more people here in a little bit. But another reminder, the demon and the minion will not know who each other are. And they will not have bluffs. So keep that in mind.
When does the demon learn who the minion is? Like
Not-
how many players?
It's at 7.
Okay, I was just kind of curious about that, and I've been meaning to ask and kept recording.
Yeah. Okay. Bye. Okay. Let's get a script going. Oh, is this brutal? Let's not do that. But I feel like with 5 players, it kind of sucks. Yeah, let's see if they figure it out. We'll do that. Yeah. Oh, wait. No. Yeah, why won't it let me add... Oh, right. There it is. Okay. No. Yeah, wait, what? Oh, because it's base 0. That's why. I was like, what the fuck is going on? I got it. This is why I shouldn't do this when I'm tired. We'll do Clockmaker Artist. We'll probably Drunk the Clockmaker. Yeah, we'll see how this goes. Alrighty, everyone. You should have your characters. Good night.
Honk shoe.
Ugh.
Honk shoe.
I never got my CPAP machine back.
Do you want a new one?
Yeah, I kind of need one to sleep.
Rest.
Hello.
Hello.
You awaken and learn a 2. What that means is there's a person between them.
Okay. Gotcha.
All right.
Thank you.
Good night. Backspace. Thank you. Okay.
Honk shoe.
Good morning, Ravenswood Bluff. Unfortunately, not a good morning for me, as I have awoken dead.
Dead
in the
again.
bed. I'm dead.
You need to stop
God.
doing that.
Yeah. Again.
I don't think I've ever come back to life. I think that might be the issue. That's why I'm still dead.
Can we
Anyways,
just keep a corpse? on,
Okay,
like, a spike?
is anybody here a necromancer?
I'll give you guys like 3 minutes to chat and go from there.
Ah.
I have to go to my job later today.
Ew.
Ew.
Yeah, and I don't even work today.
So there's a body over here. Anybody have anything to say about it?
No, we're kind of used
You
to
guys,
it.
you guys can
Yeah.
public chat or like private chat. I mean,
Yeah.
and if you need me for any reason, just ping me.
Okay.
Dep-
Elena.
Sidebar.
Sidebar? Which bar?
Potion shop.
Campfire.
I just wanted somebody to go shopping with me.
Okay. You know what? If you were
It's nice.
if you were to do something with it, like what would it be?
With my potion?
I mean, if you want to use a potion for it, yeah, you could.
Wait, can I get the question again?
I was just, if you were to do something with your life, what would it be?
Oh, what if I were to do something with my life?
Yeah.
Not work where I currently work.
So real.
Some s'mores.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. All right. Do y'all know anything about this body? We're
Nah.
making some s'mores here. No.
We
New
just kind of
useful
keep
information?
leaving it there. I don't think anybody actually did it this time.
Okay.
I think it's
Hands?
like it's been there from last.
We're having a good conversation.
Uh-huh.
Back.
Uh-huh.
We were
Nominations are
making
open.
s'mores.
Nominations are open.
Is that no one wanting to be nominated?
Okay, I'll end the day if no one wants.
Well, I mean, I can nominate myself, right? That's something I can do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I nominate myself.
Oh, okay.
Why?
What's your accusations?
Yeah.
Gay.
Okay.
I feel like
That.
What's your
No,
what's
it's
your
just
offense?
I don't think I can be. I can be as useless dead as alive, pretty much.
Mm.
So,
So
Unless you have a specific ability that says you can be dead when you use it. You have to do it when you're alive.
oh, okay.
But if you're on the block, you can still use your ability. You can't use it once you're dead. But
Okay. That's good to know.
is that you no longer wanting to be dead?
Yeah, I want to be alive now.
Okay.
okay.
if anyone needs to use ability that you need to talk to me, just ping me. Enter and then clicky button. Her.
I'm
No.
just gonna send you a chat real quick.
Okay. How can I help?
Who did it?
Nope. It's gonna be a yes or no question.
Ah! Did Vanny do it?
I need you to be more specific.
Did Vanny kill you?
Are you asking if Vanny
Is Vanny evil?
is Vanny evil? And then your yes or no answer is no.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep. Okay. Any other nominations? Okay. Good night.
Okay.
Hello.
Hey.
Who would you like to kill?
Jams.
Okay. Thank you. Good night. All right, I'll just vibe in here for a second. Oh, Rudy. I was going to give Rudy pats, but he's gone and hates me. Give it some time. Give it some time. Because chambermaid empath. Yeah, okay. Going Good morning, Ravenswood Bluff. Jams died in the night.
Oh.
Jams, how can I help? Is that you raising your hand?
If you're talking, we can't hear you.
Jams?
Yeah, we can't hear you, Jams.
They're dead, so they can't really
Ja-
talk.
Oh shit! you're right.
Jams, you got to 1 second, everyone, before we private chats. Jams, can you try talking? Unmute and then talk. No, you might need to reset your microphones and stuff.
Yeah. Because we couldn't hear you in the private
Or just refresh.
chat either.
Should I buy a Gundam?
Hi, there you
I
go.
heard
Hi.
something.
How can I help you,
I'm-
Jams? Your hand is raised. What can I do for you?
Hi, James.
No, I'm not raising my hand to ask a question.
You're not. You're just saying smile. Is okay. You have
Yeah.
died in the night.
God damn it.
Not again.
Not again. Hmm.
I am here to remind you that you must choose a player publicly, claim the klutz, and you must do so.
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to pick who.
Okay, make sure you have to claim it, and then you can discuss.
Yeah.
But you need to claim it
Okay.
immediately now. Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Okay. Well, I'm the klutz. So I'm gonna. I think I'm gonna pick Elena.
Okay.
And with that, the game continues.
Oh, thank God.
Hey, Van, you wanna go to the campfire again and stay with you, Jams?
Hey.
There's no timer. I just realized.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll push it
Oh.
when I need to.
Okay, so I am the artist, and I can confirm Vanny is good because that's the question I asked. So, they're two evil people, right?
Yes.
Then I think we know who the evil people are.
Oh my God! No way.
Deliver us from this evil. Great
We do
Lord
not-
Baha.
We do not know the Baja.
Time
region.
blast.
I like how Al understands this bit too.
Okay. So I'm the clockmaker. And
Okay.
I think that Jams was either I think the demon killed Jams.
Yeah.
Because I got to know a number, which meant that there was one person in between them. I got two, which means that there was a person in between them. So if you're the artist and I'm the clockmaker, then Octo is the only person that could be good.
So that means Step.
I want to nominate Deb.
I will support that.
Okay, sounds good. Let's go back.
Nominations are open.
I'm going to nominate Deb.
Okay.
Oh, damn.
Your accusation.
Accusation is I am the clockmaker, and I started the game knowing that there were two bad people, and that they were one person apart. Elena has confided in me who they are, and has confirmed that I am good, and so I think there is only the possibility that there is that Jams was killed by their partner Dep.
Okay. Dep, your defense.
So, give me one moment, please. Alright, I'm good now. I only have a defense.
Okay,
My
two
ability isn't
to put
useful, so I'm okay with that.
two to put Depp on the block. Jams has their dead vote. Well, that inherently cannot be beaten. Depp is marked for death. No further nominations can even tie that. So Depp is executed and dies. And the game is over because you're going down to 3, which goes down to 2. So the question is, was Depp a good boy? The answer is no, but you got the wrong one. Because Depp is the Baron. Jams was indeed the Klutz. So now, Vanny, you must be questioning what...
I'm drunk then.
That's correct. As a reminder, in the bottom right, if you hover over where it says number of players alive, it tells you the 3011, which means 3 townsfolk, 0 outsiders, 1 minion, and 1 demon. However, if Jams is the Klutz, that means there must be a Baron in play, making you the drunk. Elena, you got sober and healthy information because Octo was the demon.
Here's the thing. I immediately, I told Vanny, it's got to be Octo and Depp because, there's no other way. I knew that. It's just we picked the wrong person.
Kira, the link is in the text chat.
And I had bad info.
I mean, it wasn't inherently bad because we got 1, but not enough.
We'll run another one of these real quick. So,
do I have some time to get some water?
Yeah, go ahead. Well, I got to set up the thing. I see it. Go ahead. Kira, go do a sound check. Kira.
Test.
There you are. Perfect. All right, I'm gonna go set up the bag. That's fun. We'll do that. I think, right? Yeah, that looks... yeah, we'll do that. Okay, investigator. Good night.
I think Elena.
Alrighty. You awake as the investigator, and you're gonna learn 2 names and a role. One of those players is that role. Okay.
Alrighty.
You learn the name Depp in Elena, and learn Scarlet Woman.
Alrighty. Appreciate you.
That is odd.
What's up? What's up, Kira?
Depp said something about you dying and us not waking up, or, to the screaming of you dying or something.
Is that good for you? Did that do it for you?
I'm just saying it's a bit suspicious.
What happens is the demon does a stealth kill.
All I'm saying is I think it might be better to keep Al out of the town, because they kind of keep inviting the demon in inadvertently.
Don't victim blame me.
I'm just saying, at what point
that's messed up.
Is the 50th sacrifice?
Yo.
Hi. You wake up and you learn a Juan.
One?
Juan.
As in just one?
You learn the number 1.
Okay, just okay, cool.
Good night.
Gundam show.
I've just only watched the spin-offs.
Oh, sorry. I was talking more like the figures, like actually like buying and making the figures.
That costs money.
Yeah, well, I have money now.
A lot of money.
All right, we're just gonna wait for Elena to come back, and then I either need to give Elena information or I don't. We'll see.
I mean, some of them are definitely expensive, but they're not all expensive.
How much are you looking at?
Cheapest was like 50. 50, low 40. I mean, still better than a Warhammer model.
Well, it depends on the model.
True.
If you get like a Horde army, you get a
Yeah,
decent bid for $600.
Fuck yeah. Do y'all
Hi.
I just got back to my computer. What's up?
Yeah, I'm just pretending that I'm giving you information.
Oh, why?
Well, so because I gave everyone else their stuff already,
Oh,
so I'm waking you now, so people can be like, if they ask you, did you, they don't want to meta. I don't want them to meta, your role or whatever. Okay, so this is good. Bye.
Oh,
And
yeah,
that would
100%.
increase.
Good morning, Ravenswood Bluff. It is me, your ghost. Unfortunately, turns out you can still stab ghosts. I'm dead. Figure it out.
Man, I really need to get out of this town.
Figure it out or not.
So, who has a blade that can kill ghosts?
What?
I mean, I feel like any blessed blade could do it.
I'm pretty sure one of you guys killed Athena's ghost, and you should just fess up about it.
True.
So, is it information sharing time?
Yeah. Do private chats, do your
okay,
thing.
okay.
If not, I'll pull you back
So-
in.
I have a piece of information.
And I'm okay with revealing it because I'm pretty much useless after I reveal this information. I'm the investigator, and I know that either Depp or Elena is the Scarlet Woman.
So I'm the empath, and from what I kind of figure out is that one of my neighbors are evil.
Well, damn. That's 2 points against Elena.
this is fucked up.
I did ask Al
Yes.
something. Just because only one of them is the Scarlet Woman, that doesn't mean the other one isn't evil.
Fair.
I can
Also,
say,
the drunk could be in play.
I could
That
say
is true.
my power.
But if I am drunk, that would still mean that Elena would have to be, because if I'm the drunk, then I would ding as good.
True. I can.
Wait,
I can.
who's out of who? You said Depp or Elena?
Yeah.
Evil?
So if either me or Jams were the drunk, then that
Mhm.
means Elena's still a possibility for being evil.
Mm-hmm.
If no one's gonna go to private chat,
Jams. Can I?
So, Elena,
Oh, go ahead.
are you evil?
Say again?
Are you evil?
No.
Feel free to request private chats. If not, I will open nominations. So this is your last chance.
Let's go to a private chat.
Where do you want to go?
I like campfire. Let's make s'mores again. So, Elena,
Yeah.
obviously you're a woman.
Very much so. I don't know
How
if
do
I don't know if I'm a scarlet one though.
How do you feel about Scarlet?
It's a good color.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think so too. I think we could be buddies if what they're saying is true.
Okay.
How do you feel about that?
I'm down.
Okay.
I just was fucked up. I got called out immediately. I wasn't even here.
I know. I hate this. I hate it so bad. I hate it so much. Ugh. But that's why we really need to play the drunk card.
The empath needs to be taken out. Definitely.
You think take out Jams?
Yeah, because here's the thing. If I go down, then they're going to figure out that you are evil too.
Yep. No, absolutely. I agree. First target.
100%.
Okay. We'll see.
Yeah.
All right.
This is fucked up.
I'm sorry you got called out right away.
Unless you are the drunk, you know for a fact that the Scarlet Woman is in play rather than the Baron.
Yes. Short of me being a drunk, that would be correct.
That is good to know.
And I swear I'm sober.
I mean,
Yeah, me too.
Nami noms are open.
Well, I can say one thing. That if we have a Scarlet Woman out here, and two of us die before the Scarlet Woman can no longer become the demon. So that's good to know.
yes.
Incorrect. Technically, the imp can star pass, which
Wait,
means
what?
they target themselves in the night, and their minion becomes the imp.
Oh.
Yep, that's the
Oh.
imp's special ability. Yep.
Well, never mind then.
Screw it. If no one else is going to say it, I'm going to say it. I nominate Elena.
Okay.
It's
Your
so
accusation.
early in the game.
Uh,
You particularly
It came to me
knowing
in a
we
dream.
got a drunk.
Vanny, let's let Octo do their accusation.
Sorry.
it came to me in a dream in the dead of night. It's either her or Depp, and so
Elena, your defense.
So you're just chalking it up to a coin flip between me and Depp, or are you just because of a dream?
it's what Jam said too.
Okay.
All right. Anything you want to add, Vanny?
I think it's really early to. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
When there's a drunk, like being the drunk last turn, I'm like, damn, I gave wrong information. Like, I don't know.
All
I
righty.
just think it's really early.
3
Okay,
to
Vanny.
put Elena on the block.
It's a little sus, Fanny. You and Elena went and kept that, and now you're worried about her dying. I meant to vote.
3, or
I'm
correction,
just worried
2
anyone.
is not enough. Any other nominations?
I meant to vote. I flubbed it.
Any other nominations? Going once. Going twice.
Can Kira renominator?
I want to
No.
nominate Depp.
Okay,
Like, if we're
your
going
accusation,
off of two
Vanny.
people- If we're going off the two people that were clocked as possibly being the Scarlet Woman, we should nominate
Mm.
both of them.
Alrighty.
Ooh.
You're
You
at-
just said it's too early.
Well, y'all are throwing things around.
Dap,
I
your
get my
defense.
right?
Yep.
Octo said it was either me and Elena, and then Jams, being the empath, said there was one evil, which put 2 versus like the one thing on me. I can also say
Okay.
I think it is too early, unless you have a skill that doesn't type
Alrighty, 3 votes are needed to put Depp on the block. Zero votes are not enough. Any other nominations for the day, or we're going to bed?
I might actually have a nomination.
Okay.
I am going to nominate Vanny.
Okay, your accusation.
So, we have 2 points of possible evil against Elena, being that one of the neighbors of Jams could be evil. And Octo says that either Depp or Elena is, in fact, the Scarlet Woman. If we operate under the thinking that we don't have a drunk, Vanny is also had a meeting yesterday with Elena, just the two of them, and now Vanny is the words are hard, is enthusiastically trying to protect Elena, and then just threw a vote against Depp, even though Depp and then nobody wanted to vote for Depp, so we don't have very many people thinking Depp is a problem.
All right.
So I feel like Vanny might be trying to protect the Scarlet Woman, their only other kind of teammate.
Vanny, your defense.
Well, I threw Depp's name out just because of the information Octo said, but then when Depp said there were 2 points against Elena, even though it is early, it made sense. So that's why I didn't go ahead and vote.
Alrighty, 3 votes are needed to put Vanny on the block. Three is enough. Any other nominations?
Also, if I'm wrong, sorry, Vanny.
Any other nominations? Alrighty. Vanny is executed and dies. Everyone go to the end of the game's day.
That was that an elaborate way to say go to sleep?
Oh yeah, I was teasing you like it's the end of the game or it's not the end of the game. Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. I don't honk shoe, I'm dead.
I mean, if we've got a Scarlet.
Hi.
Hi.
You are the imp. You're Evo.
I figured.
Who would you like to target?
I'm in a really bad spot here. I need to look at abilities real quick. So I pick who to target then, right? That's what you're saying?
Mm-hmm.
Jams.
Okay, thank you. Get out of here. Okay. Yeah, that's probably the call. I think they're going to realize what's happened though, and probably go on Elena here. So, I don't see them winning this. We'll see. Good morning, Ravenswood Bluff. Except for Jams, who is dead.
No. Good morning.
Not again.
Hang on though. Jams, before you died, I'm gonna I'm communing with your spirit right now. Did you learn about your neighbors being evil or not again? Was it still accurate?
I haven't learned anything new, so I guess it's still the same.
Fair,
Well,
okay.
if they are what they claim, they would not have learned anything because they are dead.
Dead.
They don't happens.
Octo.
Yeah, what's up?
Sidebar? Maybe
Sure.
James, if you want to join, you're allowed. Or you can't.
Sure.
Want to go make some.
Okay.
What's up?
So we either have a drunk or the. I think it's a drunken play
Think so?
because Athena might be able to give information on this, but the
Okay.
Klutz can proc regardless of imp kill or just self-nomination, correct?
Yeah, it's whenever they die, they have to choose. So like when Jams died last game, it's considered cheating if they don't. That's why I pulled them to a chat to like remind them like, hey, you have to claim immediately. And then you get a little bit of time to choose, but it's like a few minutes. It's like 30 seconds.
Okay. I just wanted to like get, I guess, some clarification on that.
So,
But
yeah, if the Klutz is dead, I would have nudged them to do their ability. I shouldn't have to, by the way. I'm not meant to because it gives away what they are. Anyone can claim Klutz when they die. But since this is a new role for you all, I'm fine with it.
Yeah, I just wanted to get like clarification that it was specifically. If Octo isn't, I want to talk to Kira real quick. I'm sorry, I didn't have more information, but I think it is.
Or do I?
It's a little sus that you don't want to tell me.
Didn't you nominate her?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe I'm just being a brat.
True.
You made a lot of assumptions.
All right, Vanny or Kira,
What's
Yeah.
up?
I want to talk to one of y'all at a time.
One. Okay,
Okay.
well, I'll go first.
You'll go first? Okay.
Where?
Meet me at the top of a tower.
Yo, it's kind of high up here.
It is kind of high up here.
So what's up?
How would you say you would be able to gain information or the lack of information?
I personally don't actually gain information, but if I die, I can pick a person. I'm the Klutz.
Okay, so if you're
I
a
pick
Klutz,
person, and I know if they're, and then the game will end if they're evil.
okay, then I do think it's just Elena. I think Vanny was okay with dying for the Scarlet Woman pick.
I will say, if you want to nominate me to die, I can try to pick you and see if
we can do that if you want to self.
I don't know if we win if I pick a good person or if it just does nothing. You know,
don't lose, right, Athena?
Got it. Fair.
Say that again?
If the Klutz nominates good, you just don't.
If I pick a good person.
Yeah,
We just
because
don't
anyone can bluff it too. So, like, if I died, I can say I'm the Klutz and I choose this person, which then either people have to trust I am the actual Klutz and that person is good, or I could be evil bluffing and picking a evil person to make them look good.
Got it.
Alrighty.
Okay.
You want to?
But yeah, I don't learn anything or do anything unless I die. So I don't mind dying if you need somebody to nominate.
I think if you want to self-nominate, I am down for the self-nomination.
Sure.
Okay. I am good then, and I have everything I need, but I'm still gonna be polite.
Okay, I'll send Vanny over.
Yep, thank you. So, come here often.
To the top of the tower? Yeah, I get my body strung up here every week.
You really need to stop doing that. Hello, Vanny. I just like if you have any information you might be able to provide to maybe I don't like give anything to my ongoing theories. Like anything like that. If you have anything to share, I think this might be a good time to share.
Yeah. Anything to share? Do you want to tell me like what your role is in this?
I would rather not. Not.
Okay.
I just think we haven't talked a lot. I feel like there isn't that trust there. That's why if you have any
fair.
information you're readily want to share, I will welcome it. But if not, I understand if not wanting to share anything.
Yeah. I don't know that I want to share right now.
That's okay. All right.
Or jump scare
Oh,
type.
I hate it, but it's fun.
Welcome back. Nominations are
Okay.
open. 4 players alive.
I am going to nominate myself because
What?
Okay.
it's
Your
the only
accusation.
reason. So if I die, I can potentially do something, but I only can do it if I die. And yeah,
Jams and Octo, it's the plan from earlier.
Okay. 2 votes to put Kira on the block.
kill me, kill me, kill me.
Super sus.
I don't know.
Okay, that's 4 votes. Any other nominations? As a reminder, you're at 4 players.
That's what I was wondering.
Mm-hmm.
Then yes, I nominate Elena.
Your accusation.
If Kira is claiming to be the klutz, that means we have no drunk, which means all the information we've gained is true. It points both at it would put 2 dings on you versus the 1 on me, and then
Or
I
it doesn't
think
matter
Vanny was
because
the
Vanny's
imp
not going to
willingly
vote.
died, so
Nor is
that
Elena.
it would give you imp status, big demon status, and I think that's the solution.
If you were gonna nominate Elena, why did you tell me that I should self-nominate?
It was more of a vibe to see if you were vibing.
I'm gonna run this vote because I don't think you're gonna get 4 votes.
Yeah,
That's
I
the
don't
problem. Is if I had not voted for myself, we might have been able to throw
Yeah, we
Elena.
might have been able to. I didn't mean to. I meant to fill you in, and then we ran out of time.
Yeah.
Oops.
My
Octo,
plans-
do you intend to nominate?
You know what? I nominate myself. If we're gonna lose, we're gonna lose at least with Kira still alive.
Wait, why?
Okay.
I sacrifice myself as tribute.
I don't understand.
4 votes to tie, 5 to execute.
Don't understand.
I don't understand the
I
number.
don't either what happened.
I think it's
There's only
Elena,
4
and since we
people-
can't get Elena out of here,
Okay, yeah. What? I didn't realize the number of people and stuff.
Elena, do you
Like,
intend to
I didn't
nominate
know-
today?
No, I do not.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Alrighty, Kira, you were executed and die.
Fair. I picked Depp. as a
You
good
picked
person.
Depp, and well, the game ends. And evil has won.
I'm so sorry. I meant to
Yeah.
fill you in more.
I
But
didn't realize that.
not because
the-
you
the
chose
number-
Depp the Sage, but because you left Elena, who was the Scarlet Woman, the imp,
My
alive.
Yeah.
Because
We flubbed
basically
apart
what would have
from
happened
them.
is Elena would have
We're alive.
killed Octo or Depp. There's no point in me continuing the game at that point.
Yeah.
I wanted one more sidebar, but I ran out of time. I'm so sorry.
Vanny, how did I do that?
Elena, I don't know.
I
Like,
don't
we
know.
totally just
No.
like tripped into that win.
So that was on me for not realizing that if we got down to 3 players, that it meant that the evil would win.
That's what happens.
I also
All I
wanted
knew
to
was
talk to
that I
Jane.
would only be able to use my power if I died. So Depp was like, "Well, you can self-nominate then," and I was like, "All right, I'll do that."
So
So
I
you're
asked.
saying Depp actually was working for the evil team
Yeah,
without
pretty much.
being on the evil team?
Yeah, you remember
Yeah,
the whole
no,
I'm
I'm
drunk
I
at
feel
all
like Depp
times?
was the klutz
Yeah.
all
It
along.
was also more. I'm not used to a smaller game with like 6 players, and didn't realize that we were getting so close to an end condition
Yeah,
of
Yeah.
I
3
am
people.
just a constant drunk. Let's be honest here.
Yeah,
I'm
I
so amazed.
flubbed that so hard.
You fucking threw. You threw.
So hard.
So, and then
It's
I
so
wanted
hard.
to get another sidebar with Octo and Jams to fill them in on the plan. But I just
Yeah.
didn't have the time.
I shouldn't. Yeah, it all came down to
No, you're
I
good.
shouldn't have self-nominated, but my brain didn't do the math.
I just want to say, getting called out by 2 people on the first fucking day is fucking
That's
nuts.
hard.
That's hard. I was like, I just
Mhm.
got back from fucking getting water and hitting a
Mhm.
coffee mug, and I'm like, oh, you're the Scarlet Witch. I'm like, I just got back. What?
All right, we're gonna run one more. This is a Leviathan script. Basically, the demon doesn't kill. You have 5 days to find the demon, and if you kill more than one good player, game is over.
Oh.
So this is a fun one.
Wait, sorry, what's up?
Leviathan, which is you have 5 days to find the demon. If you kill more than one good person, game's over. The demon does not kill, but if you guys execute too many people, game's over. Real fun.
So, just to
But
Sorry.
if the demon's not actually killing anyone, why do we have a reason to look for and kill the demon?
Because you have 5 days
until
before the
like,
Leviathan
Sacrifice
consumes the
side of
town.
runs.
Other things I want to talk about on this script. Balloonist, pretty simple. I'll give you a different character type each night. So I might give you an outsider, point to you to an outsider, say like Vanny and then Elena, and you know they're 2 different types of characters. Savant, I'll give you 2 types of information. One is true, one is false. Amnesiac, you don't know what your ability is. You come to me each day. You'll ask, like, is my ability to do with poisoning? Is my ability to do with where the demon is? And I'll give you a hot, cold, whatever. Fisherman, once per game during the day, you visit me, and I will give you advice on how to win the game for your team. Artist, we already talked about. Cannibal, you get the ability of the most recent XUT, which means if you executed the balloonist, you now have the balloonist ability until you execute someone else. If it's an evil person, you're poisoned. Mutant, we talked about madness briefly last week. Madness is if madness means if you claim that thing. So if at any point as the mutant you claim to be an outsider, whether that's mutant, drunk, whatever, although drunk's not on this script, you die. You are executed, and that's it. So as the mutant, you're forced to bluff as a townsfolk or as an evil person, but you just can't say you're an outsider. Does that make sense? It's intended to hide the outsider. Lunatic, you think you're the demon, but you're not. The demon knows who you are and who you chose at night. There's no cheesing on this script, but the way the lunatic works, I'll put a lunatic and the demon in the bag. If there is a lunatic, I'll explain it later. But basically, the lunatic will think they're the demon, but they're not.
Could the lunatic be a minion in this script?
No.
Okay. I was just wondering if it might change because of the
Nope.
Leviathans.
Widow is like the spy, but you can poison someone. Goblin is if you publicly claim to be the goblin when you're nominated, and then you are executed, your team wins. This is very much a jams role. Basically, it's like, I'll be like, what's your defense? And you go, oh, I'm this, and this, and I'm also the goblin. And then if they still execute you, game's over for the good team. Yeah. All right, I'm going to set this up.
Okay, hold on.
Does
Real
the
quick.
Leviathan know who the minion is?
So on Teensy scripts, which are 5 and 6 players, the demon does not know the minion does not know the demon, and the demon has no bluff.
On the amnesiac, do you have are you one of the townsfolk?
Yeah, you have a good ability
And then you
that helps the
have
town.
to figure it out.
Yep.
Okay.
No, you're not one of the scripted ones. It can be anything I make up. It could be
Oh, okay.
whenever you say someone's name, that person gets visited by me and I tell them character type. Or, it could be literally, it's anything, but as a townsfolk, you help the team. You help the town.
Yeah, I got you. I just wanted to know kind of the rule, what if you will eventually, if we get close enough, be yeah, that's kind of how your power is.
Yeah, well, that's how that works. That's how it is. But you have to privately talk to me. Vanny, do you have a question?
Sorry, no.
Okay, I'm gonna go make the bag. BRB. Okay. I want to do that. I wasn't gonna tell them how the thing, because they'll meta me. Let's do Savant. Savant's weird to me. We'll do Balloonist. Oh, that's right. Balloonist adds a townsfolk. Or they can add an outsider. Let's not. No, that's we'll do Artist. Savant. And do I want to do Amni? What Amni ability could we do? No, that's 3 rollers that come visit me. Let's do Balloonist. And do I want to add a mutant? Fuck it. I think it'll be fun. All right. Good night, everyone.
That you were in fact the klutz, and if you claimed.
Hi. So you drew the lunatic token, which means you're actually the demon. Because the way it works is when I pass them out, I have to put the demon and the lunatic in. But obviously, the lunatic has to think they are the demon. So the demon, or the lunatic, who in this case is Vanny. Vanny drew a Leviathan token and is going to think that they are the Leviathan, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, so you are the Leviathan, you are evil, Vanny is your lunatic.
Okay.
Alrighty. Why does the... Oh, I have to declare. Yeah, okay. All right. All right, bye. All right. Should I show the lunatic a lunatic? Is that fucked up? Because they're going to meta me if I don't. It's kind of fucked up. Especially because I'm not... They don't choose their kills at night. I think I'm going to do it. Hello, my demon.
Hello. Again. I'm so bad at this.
You won't learn your minions or your bluffs. However,
yeah,
I do have to tell you there is a lunatic in play, and that lunatic is Depp.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Get out of here.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. Hello.
Hello. How does this roll work?
Every day I'm going to give you a name, okay? If you are sober and healthy, the name I give you, each person is going to be of a different character type. So I could show you a townsfolk, I could show you an outsider, I could show you a demon, a minion, I could mix it around. So I'm going to show you Octo tonight, which means nothing. However, tomorrow I will show you a different name, and you know for a fact they are different character types.
Okay.
If you're sober and healthy. Which is important to consider in this. If there's a widow, then they can poison someone. But yeah. Okay?
All right.
Bye. Hello. Let me explain your role real quick. Each day, you're just going to ping me during the day phase, and I will give you 2 pieces of information, 1 true, 1 false. Okay?
Okie dokie. Ping
Bye.
you in chat, right?
Ping me, we'll voice chat it.
Oh, voice chat. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Hello.
Hey, what's up?
Okay, just give you a brief rundown. You understand how your role works?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, when is it any time I publicly claim it, or does it have to be specifically in my nomination defense?
It's the way it's written says if you publicly claim to be the goblin when nominated. So during your
when
defense.
nominated.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't see that part. Poor reading comprehension, I guess.
You are fine.
All right. Appreciate you.
Bye. Okay. And then let's bring in down. Hello. Do you understand how your role works?
Yeah, I got it. So can I request private? Can I bluff being a townsfolk and request a private?
Yeah, you have to, basically, because if you insinuate at any point that you are an outsider, I'm gonna put you on that block and execute you, which
cool.
Will use one of the executions in town.
Yeah, I got you. I get what you're.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Ew.
Stop honking the shoe.
No!
Give me the shoe. Give me the shoe right now.
No!
Ravenswood Bluff. I know you likely expect me to be dead upon this morning. However, something far, far sinister has occurred. As you look out across the water, a looming darkness approaches. A Leviathan has been summoned. And should you not execute its host after 5 days, nothing will stop it from consuming you and everything you love. It is up to you to find them and execute them. It is day 1 of a Leviathan game. Good luck.
Hey, Athena, right quick. I probably should have asked this earlier. How does poison counters work?
How do what, sorry?
How do poison counters work?
What do you mean poison counters?
It's not like magic. It's like the
the poisoned effect. How does the poison effect work? Sorry.
Poison and drunkenness basically mean that you can get false information and you can't affect the game.
All right, thank you.
Yep.
Miss Storyteller, can we have a private meeting?
What'd you say?
Can we have a private meeting?
Yeah, I've already been requested by one. I'll call you after.
Okay.
Hello.
Do you think you want to tell me?
Yep. So you're going to get 2 pieces of information, and if you are sober and healthy, you are going to get 1 true, 1 false, okay?
Yep.
Either either there are 2 outsiders in this game, or a sober and healthy chef would get a 0. Do you remember what the chef's ability does?
Hang on. I kind of remember, but
Basically, either there are 2 outsiders in this game, or the evil people are not sat next to each other. Does that make sense? So either there are 2 outsiders in this game, or there are no pairs of evil people.
Got it. Well, I would also wonder, can't I verify if there's 2 outsiders by just looking at the thing in the bottom corner?
Yes, however, it's a base 1 game. However, there is a character on the script that can modify the number of outsiders.
Got it.
Which is the balloonist on this script.
Got it.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Yep.
Bye.
How can I help?
Buying time, dog.
Okay. Are you bluffing as one of the roles?
Fish.
Okay.
We like fish.
So, to give you an idea of what fisherman advice would look like, you only get once per game, and because you're using it earlier in the game, it would be vague, but it would be something like trust this person, or don't trust this person, or be wary of madness, stuff like that.
Yep.
All right.
Wait, I can't say that last one, can I? Or, well, no, because I am a fisherman.
If you hold that fisherman bluff the rest of the game, I'm okay with it.
So I have to, like, unironically quintuple double down on the be wary of madness.
Yeah.
Cool. I got this. I already do it with drunk. I'm just going to do it with being mad.
Bye.
Trying to think about like questions to ask people to figure out if they're good or not.
So, first off, do we have any balloon enthusiasts out there?
Balloon?
I mean, balloons are pretty cool.
Nah, balloons are great. Of course, the honk shoe would like the balloons.
Honk shoe, honk shoe.
Mm-hmm.
All I'm saying, give me a boat and a spear.
Especially 99 red ones.
What about, instead of a boat and a spear, a balloon and a spear?
Well, how is that going to get me close to that whale?
Balloon go above whale, stabby stab?
Absolutely not. Give me
Also,
a rope
you have
with
the
a
height
balloon.
advantage.
Yeah.
You're not on the water.
I don't. I feel like a height advantage against a creature of that size does not matter.
Are you thinking this creature that's coming in is a whale? Is that what your thought is right now?
That's what he's
When I think
the whale.
when I think Leviathan, I think just massive, like demonoid.
I will say the flavor text on the Leviathan is, to the last I grapple with thee, from hell's heart I stab at thee, for hate's sake I spit my last breath at thee, which is Moby Dick. But I always see
Give me a spear to whale!
Demon whale.
Okay.
I see the Leviathan more as like a Cthulhu-esque creature.
Demon whale.
I can say that I
Demon
don't think
whale.
Our names for a while with this one.
I don't think I'm the Leviathan, obviously, or the host of it, because
Nominations are open. Nominations are open.
I haven't been able to swim since the accident.
Have at ye!
Any nominations today?
Hard to say.
Too early.
Okay.
I also didn't really get to share my information,
You can.
possibly.
You have time.
But also, I don't know if it's. So, like, I don't know if there's a drawback, because these are new roles to me. So I'm just gonna say I'm the savant, and that means I learn 2 things, and one of them could be false, unless I am drunk or poisoned. That said, I learned that there could be 2 outsiders, but it depends on if there's a balloonist, I think. Or that the 2 evil people are not sitting next to each other. That is what I learned. So, if we have a balloonist, that could mean there's an extra outsider. But, I don't know.
Good night, Ravenswood Bluff.
Honk shoe. Honk shoe.
Honk shoe.
Have at ye, you bastard! Hunk shoe.
I hear everyone got the same shoes here, huh?
Ski
They
shoe.
all
Ski
honk.
shoe.
Hello.
Hello.
As you awaken tonight, from high in the balloons, you see Vanny.
Oh.
All right.
What does that mean?
It means if you are sober and healthy, Octo and Vanny are different character types.
Oh. Also, a question regarding that. Would Outsider and Town be different character types in that case?
Yep, as would Minion and
Okay.
Demon.
Okay. So Vanny and Octo are different. Okay. All right.
Okay. Good night.
Good night.
There's not really a whole lot of night info, so I don't really have to bluff too much time.
Time chat. If I had to get that.
The darkness encroaching the waves grows larger. It is day 2 of Leviathan game. Hello.
Hi, what do I learn today?
You learn that. Let me just confirm.
Because I mean, no people die in this version at
Correct.
night, right?
I'm just confirming. Give me a second.
Okey-doke.
Okay. You learn two different things. Either no players currently have a use of a once per game ability, which means if they had it, they've already used it. Okay? Or if they
I
don't,
feel like I almost need to write these things down.
you should. Let me know when you're ready. You good?
Okay, yeah. I had to tab out.
Yep. And your second piece of information is that the widow self-poisoned. Now, since you you've never played with the widow before, the widow, they get to look at the grimoire the first night, and then they choose someone to poison. After they've done that, a good player will learn that the widow is in play. Okay. However, the widow, instead of choosing a good person to poison, can poison themselves, which effectively hides them from everyone else. Does that make sense?
Got it.
So you sacrifice a poison against another player, but you're hiding yourself. So what I am saying is either all once per game abilities are used or are not in play, or the widow is hidden.
Gotcha.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
With you in stealing shoes.
They're tasty.
Okay, guys.
What? What's up?
I have potentially learned new things, but
Oh.
again, not all of them are true. Also, if I'm poisoned, none of them could be true. But what I learned was there is nobody else in the game has a one-time use power any longer. By that I mean either they had a one-use power or one per game power and it's been used, or they are the one power roles are not in play. The second thing is...
Sorry, can you repeat that? Deb and I were out, and we...
Sure. So, the two things that I learned, one could be true, one could be false, or they could be both false if I'm poisoned, is that there are no more roles of anybody here that have a once per game power, either because they used their once per game power or because that role is not in play. Secondly, I learned that the possibility that the widow is hidden because they could have self-poisoned, which makes them hidden or something at the start of the game. So again, my information isn't always reliable because one thing's true, one thing's false.
Yeah.
But that's what I got.
So you're claiming that potentially there is a widow in play, but is not visible.
Correct. Potentially.
Okay.
Again, I know that my information is not always accurate, so take it all with a grain of salt.
Hey, Ben, can I talk with you at the campfire?
Sure. What's up?
What are you?
What am I?
Yes. I'm confused. I know it's also very blatant to ask that, but I'm the balloonist, so I'm trying to figure stuff out.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's really interesting. Yeah, so I am the artist.
Okay.
And I used my ability. I asked a yes/no question. The question I asked was to, and I feel silly now. I asked if Kira was the savant or not, and Kira is the savant.
Yeah.
I feel like I blew that question because it's like, well, she's playing pretty good, convincing savant, and I should have held on to it, but unfortunately, that is too late.
Here's my confusion. Is that I've sort of guessed what most people's roles are, so I'm guessing Depp is fisherman, Kira savant, you just said artist, I'm balloonist.
Yeah.
Someone's lying among us three, because there is one outsider.
Oh.
So, and I also know that you and Octo are different character types, so...
That me and Octo are different teams?
Yes.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so one of the first things Kira said was that the evil people aren't sitting next to each other, right?
I think you're evil, and I've just revealed my entire hand to you. Or you're an outsider, or something. Or oh wait, no. Kira said, because Kira's is one is false, one is true, right? So I'm the balloonist. She guessed that first round. What was the second question she asked? Because it's not true.
Crap, I forgot.
If it was the next to each other, then that's not true. They could be next to each other.
There's a balloonist, or both of the evil people are not next to each other.
Nominations
for my
are
my
open.
role, I'm literally have to take some notes. Give me a moment to write down some notes.
Oh, it reset again.
Have at ye, land lovers.
All right. Any nominations?
Really, do we have that 5th day? Like,
Yeah.
is it night 6? Okay.
If I am not getting any nominations, good night, Ravenswood Bluff. Yep.
I don't think I have a nomination actually.
But good night.
So never mind. We're gonna all die because we can't figure out who this is.
Hello.
Hello.
As you awaken tonight, you learn Jams.
Oh.
Yep.
And what do I learn about jams?
That's just the name you learn. You learn Jams tonight.
What
You
does
learn.
that mean?
You learn a name each day as part of your role.
I thought you learn a player of a different character. Oh.
Yeah, so you know if you're sober and healthy, Jams and Vanny are different character types.
Okay, but Octo and Vanny are also different character types.
Correct. So Octo and Jams could be the same, but you know they're both different to Vanny.
Okay. You're just gonna keep going back and forth between Octo, Vanny, and Jams and Vanny, aren't you? Because they're evil. I know that. I think.
Not necessarily. I'm going to give you a player name each time to try to help you win the game.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.
The first things, just so you can write them down if you want, is
Good morning,
okay.
Ravenswood
Athena.
Bluff.
I will have
Darkness
a
has
chat with you
encroached
shortly.
itself into the water. There is an inky darkness that approaches not just from the sky, but from the water as well. It is day 3 of a Leviathan game.
Who covered that whale in ink?
Okay, so the first day, the things I learned were that there could be 2 outsiders in play, but that kind of depends on if there's a balloonist, or that no evil players are next to each other.
I can confirm that. Well,
I'm gonna
I don't know.
I'm gonna go consult with the gods.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
No,
I mean,
gonna go
unless
consult.
I gotta get my new information from the gods.
Yeah. You go do that.
What's
Hello.
up, gods?
You learn 2 pieces of information. The first, the demon is sat opposite of an outsider, or the balloonist is poisoned.
Okie dokie. I wrote them down. Bye.
Bye.
First off, if we have a balloonist in play, speak now. Because
Not everyone is here.
oh, well, Depp is the fisherman.
Because why?
Because the information I got today also includes a thing about the balloonist. So it could, if we know there's a balloonist, it could confirm or deny, or it could give us clarity on 2 of the days worth of information that I got. So the new things I learned, I know I'll repeat them when the others get here.
Yeah.
Is that either the demon is opposite an outsider, seated opposite an outsider, or the balloonist is poisoned. And if the balloonist is poisoned, that might mean that the balloonist information from the first day is not correct, because then the balloonist's power wouldn't, I don't think it would activate. Actually, that could tell us a lot of things, because if the balloonist is the one that's poisoned, then the widow didn't self-poison, which means the other information from the second day is true. Basically, if there's a balloonist, it helps to know because it'll verify 3 pieces of information.
Gotcha.
Okay.
I really like fishing.
I know.
No, you don't.
What do you mean?
like fishing.
What?
Athena, how would I word it to be somewhat helpful?
What?
Screw you. I'm gonna go fish.
I'm confused.
Don't worry about it. I'll keep what you said in mind.
Oh, you don't know what you are, do you?
Not in play.
Okay.
I really like fish.
Okay. Really quick, since we now have daytime. Oh, I wait. I'm confused. Was it not already day?
It was already day.
it's
nomination
The
time.
nomination time of the day.
Oh, got it. Nomination time. Anyways, so now that you just got back, I need to clarify everything with you, Depp. So the new information I learned is that either the demon is sat opposite an outsider, or the balloonist is poisoned. So if we have a balloonist here, it'd be good for you to let us know that you exist.
I tried to say that I'd existed round 1 by saying I liked balloons, but I am the balloonist.
Ah.
I really like fish.
Depp is confusing me.
Yeah.
Fish.
Yeah.
Okay. Can anybody who's talked to Elena corroborate that Elena is probably a good person?
That's fucked up.
I saw her helping a lady across the street.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I talked to Elena, and I believe her claims that she is the balloonist.
That she likes
It is interesting about the balloonist being potentially poisoned. I guess I'm not 100% sure how the poison works in this. Like, does a new person get chosen, or?
I think it just means they're
no,
probably-
it's just from the beginning of the game. Okay.
Yeah, it's based
Yeah,
off of
beginning of the
what
game.
what the widow chooses.
Gotcha.
So if I'm constantly being poisoned, then, or is it only? Wait, how does that work?
The widow chooses a poison for the entire game.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I could be poisoned for the. Okay, that's fucked
Yeah.
up.
So
it's almost
Okay,
like a
so
blend effect
then
instead of
that-
poison.
Then that would mean there's only one outsider?
So
yeah.
there's 1 outsider and 2 evil. So that's what I know.
So basically, if the balloonist is poisoned, that means that the widow did not self-poison,
Mm-hmm.
meaning no more players in play have a one-time power. And it means that there aren't 2 outsiders in play, which means that there are no evil players sitting next to each other.
Correct, Tori.
Yeah.
But this is all hinging on if the balloonist is poisoned, and we do in fact have a balloonist, and Elena is not a Leviathan.
What was the bit of the outsider being who had the information of the outsider sitting across from?
That's me also.
What was that again?
I think I know who the outsider is, and I'm not going to say it because.
Do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
It would help us know.
I'm pretty
It's
sure
the
that the person who's really obsessed with fish might actually be an outsider that they can't.
Fuck you! No, wrong,
Yeah.
bad.
Depp is executed and dies. Good night, everyone.
Oh my god.
They were the mutant. They were the mutant.
I'm confused.
That's why I was so
Avery was
obsessed
mad
with
about being an
fish. Oh my
outsider.
god.
Wait, there's no nomination or anything?
No,
Nope.
because I fucking indirectly said that they were a mutant. So they
Fucking fish.
Okay,
Okay,
so
wait,
I
wait,
think
wait.
it's nighttime. We can't talk about this.
Yeah, oops. Hang on. I don't know why they died.
Look at the roll.
Mutant.
For
Mutant.
mutant.
Basically,
Jeff got smited
if
by
it's-
Athena.
if it's revealed that they are the outsider, they are fucking annihilated.
Got it.
And I
Then
tried
does-
to be indirect about it, but
I think we know who to kill then.
I think we know who to kill.
Who are we killing?
My fucking fan.
Jams.
Oh wait, hold on. I said first.
So basically, well, actually no. Never mind, because it could be that the balloonist is poisoned. Dang it.
Well, yeah, it could be. Let's talk about this in the day.
Yeah. I feel like I don't get enough day talk
I'm
because I
sorry,
spent part
Deb.
of the day getting
I'm
new
sorry,
information.
Deb. I sussed you out immediately.
I'm so glad. That's what I was going for.
I'm gonna want to have a sidebar with Kira and Elena.
It's
Okay.
currently nighttime.
I have to go talk to the gods before that.
Before we do that.
I
Hi.
just killed a man.
You did. You're gonna learn. You're gonna learn Kira.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye. Do I like that? The artist is not in play, or there is a goblin. Oh, wait. No, that's both true. Whoops. Actually, let me just get rid of this one. So, the artist is not in play, which is true, or both your alive neighbors are good, which is false. Okay.
We can't execute because Deb died.
We can execute.
I mean, we
but
could.
It has to be evil.
It has to be evil.
Yeah.
Which is why I really want to have a sidebar with Kira and Elena.
You got it. All right.
Good
Well,
morning, Ravenswood Bluff.
Good
The
morning.
waters beneath the darkness have begun to recede. It's the lowest tide you've ever seen. Like the calm before a tsunami. It is day 4 of a Leviathan game. Kira.
Okay, this is all flubby flub in my brain. Go on, give me the new information.
Either the art. One second. Okay. Either the artist is not in play or the balloonist is not in play. Okay?
Copy that.
Either the artist is not in play or the balloonist is not in play.
Cool, bye.
Okay,
Okay,
Kira.
sidebar where?
Campfire. Elena, you Tim too. Okay.
This
Okay.
is intense.
I am horribly confused. Kira, hold your information for a second. Because I want you to confirm what I am saying with your information.
Okay.
Okay. I think I'm the lunatic. I'm trusting you both right now. I think I'm the lunatic because I was originally marked as the Leviathan. But as the Leviathan, I was told that Depp was the
Shit.
lunatic and thought he was the Leviathan. So either I'm poisoned and am confused, or I don't know how this works, but I think I'm the lunatic because
Depp died.
Depp died as the mutant.
Yeah.
Which means my information of him being
Shit.
the lunatic was wrong, which means I can't be the Leviathan.
Got it.
So
I will say,
Unless you were poisoned, right? Because
well, but okay, so basically this is where Kira's information comes into play, because if the balloonist being poisoned is right,
I didn't even think about that.
I don't
Do I
think
get
it
right
is.
with two things I'm tired?
I don't
Here's
think
the
it is.
thing.
So
We only had one outsider in the
okay.
game.
I'm gonna lay it out right now.
yeah,
Elena, are you in fact the balloonist?
I
For
am
sure.
in fact, I am the balloonist for sure. Yes.
Okay. If you are the balloonist and you are not poisoned, because there are two outsiders in play, meaning Vanny and Depp are outsiders, that means that you are not poisoned.
okay.
Which means that the demon is opposite an outsider, which doesn't help us because that means it's either Octo or Jams.
Octo or Jams.
Still.
I think it's both of them, I'll be real.
I have the same thing marked down on my sheet.
Okay, but one of them's a Leviathan, one of them... Oh, I guess it's only if we execute good people.
So here's what I'll say, and this is what I know from as a balloonist. So night 1, I got Octo, and night 2, I got Vanny. So Vanny is different from Octo. Night 3, I got Jams. Jams is different from Vanny. Tonight, or last night, I got Kira, which is you, Kira, and you are different from Jams. So
Got it.
Jams is either an outsider or evil. I'm presuming more. I'm going to lead on the side of evil.
Yeah.
Okay, I say we vote Jams, but I will also say the information I got today was either the artist is not in play or the balloonist is not in play. So my guess is that the artist is not in play.
Yeah.
Which, Elena, I lied to you about being the artist because
I know.
I thought I was the Leviathan, but now I'm like, oh shit, what if I'm the lunatic? I think we should pull Depp in here really quick and fill him in on...
Okay, but we probably will run out of time. But
yeah,
I'll get him. I'll be back.
Okay.
Stressful
Hello.
game.
Hello.
Hi. Okay, Depp.
Danny, run it down.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Okay. I, from the beginning of the game, was marked as Leviathan, and I was told that you were the lunatic and thought you were the Leviathan.
Okay.
But when you died as the mutant, I'm like, oh shit, that means my information was wrong, which means I am not actually the Leviathan, I'm the lunatic.
Okay.
So I'm the lunatic, Elena is the balloonist, Kira's the savant, you were the mutant, which means there's only two options, Octo and Jams.
I have some interesting information to throw into that.
Okay.
Octo. Someone declare Octo a mutant. It sounds stupid, but he claimed to eat me. What?
Oh, wait, what?
Wait, what?
He claimed to eat me.
So he's claiming cannibal.
Yes.
But you can't. I don't think that can be. But
unless one of us is lying.
Yeah.
But we can try it to confirm that he's not the cannibal.
Well, actually,
Still-
if he
still,
isn't
either way, though,
cannibal,
puts
I'm
Jams on the
going to-
block.
Wait, no. If we do that, the game. If we.
Yeah, I'm going
we-
to assume it would murder.
If he is the cannibal, and
Yeah,
I think James is a safe bet.
Jams is
though.
on the block.
Jams is the safest bet. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right,
Jams on the block.
Let's get to it.
And
Okay, there's a lot of information that's flown around and stuff,
Yeah.
fish.
but
Apparently it's everyone but us. Hot damn.
Fish.
Yeah, damn.
you two are the sus ones.
Nominations
I
are
don't
open.
even learn anything.
Fish.
Jams not talking sounds like a thing a Leviathan would do,
I
lurking.
don't really have anything. I just eat dead people.
Well, then what are you if you're not?
Wait.
I
you
eat
think-
dead
Wait.
Yeah,
people.
but I heard that Octo claimed to be cannibal.
Yeah.
Something's not adding up here.
You're both claiming cannibal?
Who's claiming cannibal?
Octo did.
Octo did.
He said I had some yummy toes with marinara.
You don't have some toes with marinara every now and again?
We're not on the vote. We're not on the nominations phase yet, right?
No, you can
No, we
nominate.
aren't.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Listen,
All
if
right.
I can't be the cannibal, or else I wouldn't be able to admit to being a mutant.
I am nominating Jams.
Okay.
We're not talking? No
We
one
did. We
talked
had the entire
to
game. We just said we can nominate.
We talked a lot, but you weren't part of it.
Yeah, no one's included me at all.
Sorry.
Eddie, you good?
I think
So
that is good.
this could be the end of the game. Either way.
Jams your defense.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it couldn't be the end of the game because no one's talked to me like the entire round. Everyone's had like 50 sidebars. And I'm just kind of here.
Anything else?
Say the thing.
So what somebody said say
Sorry, what was that?
Octo, you said say the thing.
All right.
Never mind.
Majority is 3 votes. Put Jams on the block. Starts with Octo.
Jam voting for themselves.
Interesting.
That's 5 votes. Any other nominations? Any other nominations? Would you say Octo?
I just said I'm good.
Jams doesn't want to counter nominate somebody. That's interesting.
No, I actually feel sick, so
Oh,
I die. That means I can dip.
Got it.
Well, we are going to end the game here. At least tomorrow. So, with that, Jams is executed and dies. Congratulations go to the good team. You have eliminated the Leviathan.
Heck yeah!
Yay!
I really like fish.
I was so confused. Elena, thank you for trusting me and building that.
You guys know
so that I can
that
trust you.
Listen, when I fucking joined the fucking channel with you, I'm like, I'm questioning if you're evil. Did I make a mistake here? Am I overly trusting? No, I made a good decision.
you guys
No, like that saved it.
You guys correctly found that Depp is the mutant. Jams is gonna bounce because they're not feeling good. That's all right.
Yeah.
Kira was the savant. Which, pretty obvious. Let's go. Elena was the balloonist. Now the question is, who is the minion between Octo and Vanny? Well, Vanny was the lunatic, which only leaves Octo, the goblin.
Goblin.
I'm convinced I have fucking plot armor. I've been desperately trying to make myself as sus as possible, and no one took the bait. I have said so many lies this game.
I have been sus of you since the fucking start. Like when you said you know that there's a fucking widow.
What I'm surprised is that you guys chose to execute Jams instead of going for Octo.
So
there's a reason.
I'm telling
It's
you,
'cause
plot armor.
there's a reason.
Octo claimed to be the cannibal just the day before, or just during that day. Depp came into our campfire chat and said, Octo is claiming to be the cannibal, blah, blah, blah. So we were like, well, it's either Octo or Jams. And if we think Octo could potentially be the cannibal, then we don't want to vote for Octo first. But they're probably both evil. So if we pick one of them and we're wrong, then the game continues. So we picked Jams because Octo said that they were the cannibal.
I was just hoping Jams would claim Goblin.
Man, I really like eating and dealing with fish. Athena, You miserable, miserable person.
Also,
for putting that curse on me.
I did a fucking chat with fucking Depp, and all he was talking about is how much he loves fish, and I'm like, I don't think he's a fisherman.
So
during the nomination phase, I vocally said that I couldn't be the mutant, or else I wouldn't be able to admit to it like this.
Depp being basically Depp, because Elena knew you were the outsider, meant that you were not good enough at acting like not an outsider.
Yeah,
which is why you got executed.
You're bad at this game.
I thought it was because of more that they publicly announced.
Well, yeah, that also too. But like,
yeah, if I kept it to myself, you would have been safe. But I said it mainly because Octo wanted me to say it.
It was also like, I probably shouldn't have in hindsight, because it gave away to Vanny, but I wasn't thinking. Anyways, I'm gonna rate out here. Vanny, stick around. I'll get you the borders. Just give me a second.
Really.
Chat, I'm gonna send you guys off to On Me Holes, who looks to be a LGBT person playing Clock Tower. Go give them some love. I will see you all tomorrow. Blueprints for 2 hours and then some peak. Guys, go give them some love. Bye.